What is going on? Oh shit. Okay. So, let's see if this works. We're supposed to have more bandwidth now. We'll see. Let people get in here for a second. I think everything's good enough for a random live. What's going on, everybody? How many new subs since the start of the lockdown? I don't know. Ours have been pretty consistent. They slowed down after the big jump from a couple big videos. But yeah, they've been pretty consistent ever since. Random live, because I assume people are bored, stuck in their homes. I know people have been, I shouldn't say asking for new content, but like, I guess saying like, thank you for any extra content. Sean's not here, still in Jamaica like an idiot. Hopefully he sees that. Because if they shut the old border down before Tuesday, he's in Jamaica for 8 months or however long they decide to say. So, and if that happens, you guys are going to get a lot of weird videos from one person. So, I have to change the old channel name to the Bourbonjunk. So here's what I was thinking, dude. I'm sitting on my floor in my house. What's going on, everybody? Random live, awesome. Hey, this is just a random live. David Ridgway, kind of testing out the internet. We're supposed to have gotten more bandwidth. We had all those issues during the last stream, and then the next day we had a ton of like outages at the house. So I got a hold of them, and they said basically they weren't prepared for everybody to work remote as fast as they like did. So they're supposed to bump it. We'll see if this gets bad. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. It's probably not a great idea, but if this gets bad, I'll just go grab the Ethernet cable and hopefully it's better. So, always good when a random quarantine live happens. AT&T told me I should get way more up and down. Yeah, I'm not supposed to get like higher upload speeds, but they're supposed to be more consistent because they're expanding the amount of bandwidth for everyone. So basically, like there's just more being consumed. So they're not bumping everybody's speeds, but they're giving like it's a bigger pipe. Right? So more people fit through it. That might be a good analogy. GDM, Sean's not coming back. No, he's not, dude. Sean's an idiot. He had the chance to. I told him I'd buy him tickets myself. come to find out, flying right now is basically free. Yeah, this is just a solo live stream because I was sitting in the house. I actually bought a bunch of stuff to hang more shelves. I put some more paneling up. There's only 2 pieces of paneling to have all the walls paneled, then we gotta do the ceiling. But I put some more paneling up because when the last time I was shooting B-roll, what I found is I didn't like the fact, because all the walls were OSB with no paneling on them. So I didn't like the fact that the OSB, you could see the OSB in the background of the B-roll, and I gotta shoot a bunch of B-roll for next Thursday. So, I hung some paneling where you were seeing the OSB in the B-roll. I'm sure nobody notices this but me. It's probably me being ridiculous. Jeffrey Wack, Dr. Oz said you might as well lay some pipe because everybody's just staying inside anyways. So he said it relieves stress and tension in the household. I pitched this. I sent the article directly to the wife. You know what I'm saying? So Redwood Empire has 2 different Boureyes. No, so this is Lost Monarch is a Boureye. This is their current release. This is their old release. This is their old label. I think instead of doing that one, I'm going to do the pig one because I like that one the most. Oh shit, who even know? I don't even know. I literally was sitting in the house at 5, 8, 6, 17 or whatever when I posted this on Instagram. And I'm like, why the hell not just go live, I guess? And just like get to hang out with people. And whoever can make it can make it. Whoever can't can watch it later if they want. If they don't want to, they don't have to. So that's what this is about. This is coffee. Ooh, Oak and Bond coffee. Oak and Bond coffee is fantastic. I love those guys and I love their coffee. So, let's talk about the thing. GDM said, I'm in bed, but I'm gonna go up. Dude, I'm so happy you can be here because you never get to be here because of the time difference. So I'm happy this kind of worked out. You know what I mean? You know what? What are we doing here? What am I doing in my life? GDM has sent some monster bottles up here. If you are all, I don't think you guys can see it. I have it framed in different because there's only one of me. But yeah, so Redwood I actually kind of spoke with Redwood a little bit today. I'm not going to say like, I haven't been selling Redwood, but I love Redwood. And Austin Hubbard sent me a bottle, one of these. This one right here, the batch 2. And I loved it. And so then I started looking for it, and then I found the Lost Monarch, or then actually the Lost Monarch and the Pipe Dream were sent. And then Klein found an Emerald Giant out of state, and I had him pick that up, and he got that for me. I love Redwood Empire. I know that Matt just did it. If you're in our Facebook group, it's all over the Facebook group. So that like everybody's been buying it, and it's fantastic. And you know what the cool thing is? Listen, I know I talked a lot about it, and I know I hype a lot of whiskey up, but everybody there seems to be enjoying it as well. Like people are picking it up, not having it or having heard of it before, and they're loving it. And that's because Redwood's making crazy good shit. So don't get drunk alone, Grant Hartwig said. Don't tell me what to do. Bill Sloan, hope Sean's not stuck, but in case he is, here's somebody to help with a new host. Dude, I like where your head's at. You know, I didn't even think about replacing him. So here's the thing. Mash and Drum and Bourbon Sane and ADHD Whiskey, they'll all tell you. Listen, there are benefits to both sides of this coin, right? So there are benefits shooting alone from a, what's the correct word? This is why this is the one reason we need Sean. He's basically a dictionary. Shooting alone from a scheduling standpoint is fantastic. Shooting alone from a coming up with ideas standpoint, fantastically easy for me. It might, listen, Sean does come up with ideas. A lot of times I'll start like sending Sean ideas, and then usually maybe like sometimes he'll have a correction or have like let's do this instead or something like that. But so there's a lot of things. There's a lot less arguments if you're alone. I'm not saying none, there's less. What else? Gotta bounce, sorry to miss the stream. We'll catch the rerun. Dude, this was random as shit. Don't apologize for missing it, buddy. Have a good day, dude. Hopefully everybody is having a good day. But yeah, so those are two things in scheduling, especially because Sean lives like 20 minutes away. 15 minutes. Scheduling is fantastic when you're by yourself. Like I can just run out here and do this shit by myself. But like the part they'll tell you is having one person, like there not being any banter. There's nobody to, like when I take a drink, there's not, Sean, if I call it whiskey chicken for a reason. If we both go to take a drink, then it's just silent, right? So Sean or I can fill in that silence. That's the benefit of two people. Bouncing ideas off of each other is a benefit, obviously. And just having somebody to talk shit to. Sean and I have known each other for 1 billion years. So, yeah, that part, those are the easier parts of the whole situation. Scheduling, though, oh my gosh, so much easier. But here's the deal. At some point today, I'm going to drink those 4 Boureyes right in front of your faces. And I'm going to decide, I guess, which one I like the most. I'm going to finish this coffee, and I'm going to pour whiskey in this cup because I came out here today. I've been working out here at the other table, and I just love working out here. It's amazing. It's very peaceful out here. It's very like homey feeling. It's very comfortable out here. But I've been working out here, and what I'm realizing is I just have been real lazy cleaning. I've been waiting for all of the virus that Klein put on this table to die. And it's been enough days now. So I came over here and I haven't cleaned anything. It's all off screen. I just basically took my arm and just right off the table. So these are the only 4 clean Glens in the vicinity, like on my acreage. So ADHD whiskey, hit 9K while alive and face pour the coffee. Oh, no. Bernie D, you just laid out the perfect case. Hashtag fire Sean. Sean, listen, Sean's never going to see this, but I want him to see this. Sean's in Jamaica, and he decides they're like, we're going to shut down the borders. And I mean, it sounds like inevitably, right? And they said, Americans need to come back immediately. Is that Thursday? Sean comes back Tuesday and went, nah, it'll be fine. I don't know. If you guys, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. All their excursions were canceled because of the whole ordeal right now, but it's a whole different thing. Facebook, no, you guys don't understand, that wasn't on purpose, and it wasn't intentional, and it hurt a lot. This sweatshirt over here that I blew my nose into and wiped my eyes with, and all of that, Klein literally was like, dude, it's sitting in your ear. It was sitting right here where your ear kind of dips before it goes in. There's a dip, whiskey in there. Oh, for those of you in here, there's a whiskey or a live stream tonight. It's like a whiskey tube stream. At 8 p.m., I believe it's on ADHD Whiskey's channel. They're going to eat a bunch of cheeseburgers and drink some whiskey. I didn't know I wasn't going to be able to commit. I wasn't sure. So I won't be there. I don't know how long this is going to go. But yeah, so if you guys are around, it seems like people want content right now. Listen, if Sean was here, we would be putting out videos like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, if Sean was here right now, we would put out 4 videos a week or some shit. Like, I'll sit and edit at night after everybody goes to bed. I'll sit and edit, I don't care. But he's not here, and we have content shot for him to not be here. But in case he doesn't make it back on time, I can't put all that content out, because then we won't have any when he's not back in the American states of America, of the Uniteds. What is going on? Trev Wilson in the chat. ADHD Whiskey said, hashtag keep Sean. Anyone know where to get custom whiskey glasses from a glass blower that I don't have to do myself in a class? You got to find a glass guy, dude. I think we were just talking about this on Facebook, but if you find somebody who can do glass work, Chris and Brandon Sprague, we're making some stuff with them. I don't think they don't blow glass that I'm aware of. Maybe they do. I don't fully understand what they do. I know that they're good at working with glass. Better be Big Macs. That's the challenge. DJ Beacon, I believe it's not. I believe it's cheeseburgers or hamburgers, singles. I could be wrong. Dan, pissed and missed Tuesday's live stream. Don't be pissed. Don't be mad. Listen, dude. If people are there or not there, listen, we had a giant half-an-hour disaster at the beginning. And, the internet was in and out, and it was just being a real pile of shit the whole time. We streamed in like 240p. Don't be bummed you missed it. It was fine. If you're in the Facebook group, you're in the Facebook. There were tons of pictures and memes and GIFs and stuff like that from me pouring whiskey onto my face. Man, I love Sean, but the fact his being gone is killing my ability to watch 4 videos a week. Really changes my time. I'm telling you, Team Dan. Hashtag Team Dan. Team Dan 2021. Wait, when does the next president thing? Team Dan, whatever that year is. Don't inhale when blowing glass. See? Seems like a bad idea. Jay Hamilton, I was doing yard work. I guess I stopped. I was doing that yesterday. We live quite a ways off the road in the woods, and our driveway has just turned into a shit show because of the weather, the snow, like the frost coming out of the ground and everything kind of like heaving and whatever. So I went and I had them dump a bunch of crushed concrete into the back, a trailer yesterday, and I just came back and put it all in the driveway. It's cold as shit here now. Like, it's not even nice. The nice thing about living where we live is there's nobody around. Like, we don't have a neighbor this side at all to my left, and we have a neighbor through a little bit of woods that way. So like, we can be outside and do stuff and do whatever we want back here. We have 8 acres, and we have like quads and side-by-side stuff like that. So it's nice, we can go outside and do stuff and not be stuck in the house the whole time. But like, I think right now it's 32 degrees out, 30 degrees out. Let me tell you, it's 31. So it's just not nice here. It's just kind of crappy how cold it is. Bunch more people joining us. Thanks for being here. We are pretty close to 9K. And if we can hit any dude, it's annoying when I realize how helpful Sean is. Like, with vocabulary issues, which is generally my main issue. I wanted to say landmark. That's not the word. Milestone if we can hit a milestone, dude, my brain is so, I take fish oil. I do not know what the issue is. I think I've had 8 concussions, but I take fish oil. So I shouldn't have CTE. If we can hit any milestone while Sean's gone, that's great. That's great news for everybody. Also, let me announce this here. There's going to be a, what do you call the thingers that I do for patrons? State of the Junkies today. It'll probably be tonight or tomorrow. But when we hit 250 patrons, and if you need to take a break from Patreon because of the whole economy and the job situation for a lot of people who can't work remote, people's employers who aren't paying them if they close, small business owners, stuff like that. If you have to take a break, we get it. Don't feel bad. You don't have to message me. I won't share that you're taking a break with anybody. So don't worry about that. But that being said, once we hit 250 patrons, we're doing a giveaway, and it's going to be an awesome giveaway, and it's going to be a special giveaway. And I'm already working with a couple 2 or 3 different companies to make stuff that we don't sell, that we don't have, that hasn't been made for us and hasn't been put out on a market by us or anything like that. There's going to be some like cool stuff in there that is like that, like specifically really cool, like one-off type situations. So a couple people already involved. I'm talking to a couple other people as well. There will be at least 1 bottle of whiskey in this giveaway. But that being said, yeah, we're going to do that 250 patrons. I think we're at 210-ish. Holy shit, we're at 218. Okay, my bad. Also, good news, camera's coming soon, dude. I've been waiting for a deal on a camera. There's this website called Slick Deals. You can find cool deals on random shit. But it's just not happening. And yeah, so eventually we're just gonna buy a camera pretty soon here, which will be really cool. I'm staying a patron till the bitter end. Thank you, Bill Sloan. Appreciate it, man. Jay Armstrong said Sean's a smart one. I thought so before he decided to stay in Jamaica for 7 more months. Can you explain what a patron is? How to be one? Brad Blake. Patronage is like a subscription, and we have like 5 or 6 tiers or whatever it is. Whichever tier you choose, you pay that tier once per month. Usually, I think you're billed at the beginning of the month. I'm billed at the beginning of the month for the people I'm a patron of. That goes to support them in whatever way I guess those people choose. We put the money back into the channel at this point, or obviously like the camera situation I was just talking about. But for $2 a month is our lowest, and our highest is $100 a month. Basically, the idea is if you go and read, it's on Patreon. Look up like patreon.com/bourbonjunkies, I think. If you go and look it up, we do behind the scenes once a week, usually Fridays. A behind the scenes video will be posted. Those range from like 2 minutes to like, I think 6 or 7 minutes. So this week's was a really short behind the scenes. I think it was 2.5, 3 minutes. I started editing next Thursday's video, and I think I already have 4 or 5 minutes behind the scenes, and I'm 6 minutes into the video. So it just depends on week to week, but every week there's an extra video, which is just behind the scenes stuff we can't put on YouTube. Maybe it'll get us demonetized, or it's not appropriate, basically. And then I do a State of the Junkies once every weekend, which is just an update on channel stuff. So basically, who we're working with, who we're collabing with, stuff that's coming down the pipe, things we're going to be selling or pre-selling or anything like that. And then patrons get first dibs to challenge coins and other stuff we have coming in the future. So anything left over from the Patreon groups goes to the Facebook group, but that's where it goes initially. So thank you for linking it, buddy. ADHD Whiskey. Hold on, I missed a whole conversation because I just read Vagina Wins Again, even in the face of a pandemic. What did I make? What did I miss that comment got into chat? No context. Oh, gosh, man. Okay, so Alexander Peterson. That's with a D though, not a T. That's interesting. Yo, amazing, funny, cool, nice banner. Love your show and channel. Looking forward to hear which is your favorite. Looking into getting a Boureye. They're hard to get in Denmark. Let me tell you what. Wesley! What's going on, dude? We were just texting. So, what the hell's up, buddy? Anyways, I'm glad you get to be here, dude. What was I gonna say? Oh, Boureyes. Here's the thing. Boureyes, outside of High West, for the most part, haven't really been a thing. much. Now, a while back, I said I thought the industry would move away from single barrels. I don't know that it's moving away. I don't think that that statement is correct. But a while back I said I thought they would move away from single barrels and I thought they would go to blending. Because I think you can do way more interesting stuff with blending, unless you're changing your cooperage of the barrel, right? So, I think Boureyes are super interesting blends because a lot of times you have extremely different flavor profiles between a bourbon and a rye. So, before this was High West Son of Boureye. It's fantastic. The only reason it's not in here is because I don't have 5 Glens that are clean. Son of Boureye probably does extremely well in this lineup, but they stopped making it, so I didn't feel as bad not including it. High West also makes Boureye still every year. It's an annual release, and it seems to be everywhere. It's $80, and I think that $80 is too high, but I could be wrong. The 19 is fantastic. Where the hell? Oh, I took this to Sean's wedding. I'm like, why is this bottle almost gone? I just bought that. Anyways, so that's what's going on with that. Now, Wild Turkey has made 2 or 3 batches of Forgiven, which is a bourbon and rye blend, and their story is a lie because, I mean, it might not have been initially, but they said that basically, I think somebody like poured rye into a bourbon tank, a vat, and so then they had a bourbon rye mixture. Now, here's the thing. If you're telling me that listen, if I work at Wild Turkey and I'm a distiller and I have a vat of bourbon sitting somewhere and I'm like, hey, Joe Blow, can you empty those barrels into a vat over there and blah, 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 and somehow that gets mishandled and he puts a bunch of rye in the vat? I cannot imagine, and I like Wild Turkey. I'm just saying, I enjoy Wild Turkey products and I like the brand and the company and I really like the Russells people. But you're telling me that somehow they blended it so his random blend was good enough for you to bottle and create a new label for and get approved by the TTB for and like go through all this trouble? I would be shocked if that were the case. So, Forgiven, the point of the bottle, the point of the name is like they're forgiven for blending them. Now, they've done like 3 batches. So not only should they be forgiven, they should get a raise, apparently. Forgiven's never been my favorite, but I do like it. But that's another Boureye that's been around for longer. This is the old version of Redwood Empire, which is a blend of bourbon and rye, and this is a new version of Redwood Empire, the Lost Monarch, which is a blend of bourbon and rye. I do enjoy all 4 of these bottles. They're all very different prices. This is $30 in Chicago. Like if you got a Binny's or a Total Wine, it's $30. In Michigan, it's $42. This was $42 as well. You're not going to find it probably at a Binny's or a Total Wine anymore, but I do believe it was $30 in some places. This is $80, and it's pretty much everywhere. It's released 1 time. And then Forgiven is $50, I think, and it comes in a tube sometimes. You know, Rare Breed used to come in a tube, and that's so cool to me. It's super cool. This is a turkey egg, supposedly. This is the shape. This is a turkey egg shape. But needless to say, I heard the 2020 Boureye is all old MGP blend. I feel like the brand went downhill a bit, saw 2019 lingering on the shelf. 2020 may be an attempt to make it special again. 2019 Boureye is drastically better, in my opinion, than 18 and 17. It's not better than 15. I don't know if I've had a 16. So, that's a 14. Oh, that's a Son of Boureye. I'm sorry. Why no Son? Linux Cat. I only had 4 clean Glens because I haven't cleaned anything since Klein was here. So, you think I would have, but I haven't. So, I only had 4 clean Glens, and I have 4 bottles. So, the reason Son of Boureye wasn't in there, now, this is counterintuitive logic, and it doesn't make any sense. So just trust me on it. They don't make Son of Boureye anymore, and almost nobody can find it. It's basically nowhere. Now, I know you're about to say, they don't make this anymore, but people seem to be still finding this. At least in our Facebook group they are. So, that's why that's in there. That's why the Son of Boureye is not in there. Oh, man. Let's see. I need to pour these, label them, mix them up, and forget about them. Tennessee was in the 70s. So 70s would be fantastic here. I'm gonna write these down. We'll just do them in that order. Lost M, Boureye, See, the confusing part is the categories, in my opinion, is called a Boureye. I don't know what you want me to call it. It's an American whiskey, but I know it's an American whiskey. All American whiskeys aren't bourbon and rye blends. So it's like a weird subcategory of American whiskey. So I call all of them Boureye, even though the High West one's literally called Boureye. So if that's confusing, I'm very sorry. Okay, I got them written down. I'm gonna pull the old ADHD whiskey on this one. And I'm gonna pour them all myself. I'm just gonna mix them up while I'm talking. Listen, I can't remember the word milestone. Let's not pretend like I'm gonna remember which one is which. I hope everybody is enjoying their day, chilling. Listen, I heard a very interesting thing. I got some Captain America hand sanitizer. One of the reasons this feels so difficult is because if you've ever had a staycation, this is very similar, but one of the reasons it's so difficult is actually because of we were told to do it, or asked to do it, I guess, instead of like us choosing to do it. So if you think about it like you're choosing to do it, it might be better. So, what do we got here? I'm enjoying the 2019 High West Boureye, but it's my first, so nothing to compare to, DJ Beacon said. Yeah, listen, buddy, I don't recommend a 17 or 18 for $80. I think those are too expensive. But I do think the 19 is as close as they've gotten to worth 80 for me, unless you see an old label, like, there's like 3 old labels over there. But the old label looks very different. It doesn't have High West Boureye in giant letters, and the little rabbit is in the little square. So, let me pour these and make sure I pour them correctly. I'm just going left to right here. Redwood Empire. I drank a bunch of this last night. Watching John Wick 3, which is a fantastic movie, by the way. If you haven't seen John Wick 3, you gotta get your shit together. I'm telling you that right now. Trying to go even pours on all these. Redwood and Boureye, High West Boureye, both sourced whiskeys. Forgiven is not. John Wick 3, let me tell you, if you like the John Wick series, I know I'm behind, I know it's been a while. There's a knife scene towards the beginning of John Wick 3, and it is fantastic. It is amazing. They're in like a museum, and they get a bunch of knives out. All right, so I have these labeled, and I have my key. So, I think we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna mix these up while I'm talking to you guys, and then we'll just do the thing. The only reason this is difficult is because my gym is closed and I'm having to prison style it in the garage right now, Trev Wilson said. That's the thing, I built a home gym quite a while ago because we had like 5 people that got super into powerlifting together. Well, like 2 of them were already into powerlifting, but 5 of them, nope, there were 5 of us. I was one of them, and I ended up having space for a gym. And I'm like, dude, if we don't have to go to a public gym, that sounds great to me. So I bought a bunch of equipment, and then Sean started chipping in on a little bit of equipment, and then my buddy Isaiah started chipping in on equipment, and it became like there's a bunch of stuff out there. Okay. Vode, good movie, kind of wasn't a fan of the ending. Yeah, just left it open for another one. Haven't opened, I'm drinking my Bud Light Platinum. Hell yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta drink some shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get into this, dude. About to pop open a Templeton Rye, never had it before. Think all the rye talk is gonna get it opened up. It's the only rye I have. Wasn't saving it for anything special, just don't drink ryes, Jay Armstrong. Yeah, I am not a Templeton guy for different reasons than their actual product. I don't even have water out here. A little palate cleanser coffee right there. Little hand sanitizer out here. Haven't even seen anybody else. Just why not? You know what I mean? Fruity Pebble hand sanitizer. Really get a nice fruit note in the old Boureyes. Okay. Sean used to powerlift. Barn door. That's a great way to spell barn door. Sean used to. Sean hasn't probably lifted in a year. Sean owes me an $80 bottle of whiskey because of that. I ever thought about master blending your own Boureye, and if, can you give a take for a blend? I had a theory about these old label Redwood Empires because they taste a lot different than the Lost Monarch. I had a theory that there was Willet type whiskey rye in those. I don't think that there is. I don't know how to phrase it. There are Willet notes to those, the old Redwood labels, in my opinion. Klein did not believe me. But that being said, we mixed Willet with Hancock's Reserve at Klein's, and it was like 50-50, and it was fan-freaking-tastic. It was amazing. If I could readily get both of those, I would make 2 bottles of that blend and just put them in separate bottles and then have the other, like, Hancock's. I still like Hancock's, and Willet's fantastic, but it would be worth having, like, bottles of the blend. Watch Bourbon Junkie's review on Clyde Mays to see your Jim. Dude, there was a bunch. Clyde Mays, was Hancock's? I think the Old Forester. The first time we did the Old Forester, I think their first whiskey war ever was the Old Forester lineup together. And I think that was with the gym in the background. But yeah. Sean in powerlifting doesn't even sound possible. His deadlift was pretty good, and the rest of his lifts were, not as good as his deadlift. Let's put it that way. Dan puts on hand sanitizer, then rubs his hands on his pants. These pants are covered in hand sanitizer, Bernie D. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I've been at home. If it's already in my house, then you know what I'm saying? If it's in the house, it's in the house, dude. These pants have only been in the house. Chris Scope, I'm going to have to make my own Boureye tonight. Thomas H. Handy and George C. Seg. That would be really interesting. I'm not a huge Thomas Handy fan. Someday I'll own a bottle. If I ever seen one probably under $300, I will buy one. Never owned one, but the ones I've had I'm not a huge fan of, but I haven't had one in quite a while, so I'm wondering if my palate's changed. Lot 40 cast strength actually reminds me a lot of Thomas Handy rye because it has there's weird, it's not a twin, I call it a twinge. A lot of people like that note, but okay. What's your opinion on Ancient Age 10 Star? I'm not a fan. I don't think it's a good bottle of whiskey. I think it's $20. It's $18 here or $20 here, and I have 2 or 3 of them, and I don't think it's a good bottle of whiskey. Wes said Sean powerlifting the bar by himself. He deadlifted 450 on a deadlift bar one time in front of his powerlifting idol. And I don't think he was watching, but it gave Sean apparently enough strength to pull 450. Okay. I don't know what letter this is. I'm sorry. I will explain the whiskey to you. There's a lot like ethanol in the nose of that. It's a little syrupy though. These are all warm too. This is kind of nice actually. Nothing's cold. I meant to drink these. I got a 2004 Rare Breed sample here. A Woodinville cast strength. Woodinville just won a huge award at San Francisco. I don't know if they should have won that award, but they're making really good stuff. So good for them. Congratulations to Woodinville. They'll never see this, but for some reason I'm saying congratulations. Ancient Age 90 is better than the 10. I have both. And I think, personally, that very old Barton 93 proof, I think it's 93 proof, is drastically better than both of them and cheaper than both, at least cheaper than the 10 star. It's like, I think mine has like a $11.99 tag on it or $12.99 tag for very old Barton 93 proof, I think it is. And it just shits on both of those. Okay, ethanol. Syrup. And like vanilla, I guess. This one's not like rye-y, not rye-esque. Maybe a tiny baby bit, but. John Moore, man, I'm falling in love with Woodinville Distillery. Wish I could get my hands on the bottle of Bond. They make great stuff, especially for it being craft. I don't know their deal. I don't know if it's all produced by them, if it's all aged by them. I don't know their story. I know Jason did a video on them. I'm sure he explained where all that stuff's from. I don't know and this is why I say that, well, we were talking about how good Woodinville was once, and somebody left a comment like, oh, what did he say? Somebody left a comment that said something like, if only they aged it there, or if only they aged in their own barrels, or something like it's not there. It made it like, the implication was it's not their whiskey, or that it's not aged by them, or something like that. That part confused me and made me think maybe a little bit there's something fishy going on. Michael Buckwash. Sean, was your palate always pretty decent or did it get much better over time? My name is Dan, and it'll change. It changes a lot. It doesn't even it will get better. I think when you say better, I think it just starts to get to the point where you start to recognize more things. But outside of that, it will change over time. So eventually, I don't know, unless you're like training it, I guess, it's not going to necessarily get better, but it will change. It will get better up to a point, and then you'll start enjoying different things or different notes or different types of whiskey and such. Woodinville ages their own stuff. I don't know. They age in a different part of Washington. Who cares? If that was their complaint that it's not aged in the same place in Washington, like, I don't know why that matters, but it doesn't matter to me. Sir Brazers. Look at, dude. You guys can't see it. There's a Woodinville up there, and it's so good. Thank you for sending that, dude. 2019 E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, out of the bed. Fuck COVID-19. Dude, if Woodinville's all of them, that's a craft distillery making really good stuff. There are a few craft distilleries that I actually consider to make good whiskey, and you can ignore their age state, like the fact that it's younger, and you can ignore, they don't have insane price tags, and they don't, I don't know. Valentine from Michigan, which has a really small distribution footprint. Woodinville from Washington has a really small distribution footprint. And Redwood Empire is killing blending right now for a craft distillery, for anybody, but they're a craft distillery. Those three distilleries as crafts, I think are outshining everyone else. I think that those three put New Riff to shame. I think they put Rabbit Hole to shame. I think they put a lot of these small distilleries to shame. A lot of these other crafts to shame. I think they've all put Traverse City to shame. But Woodinville's getting recognition now, which is cool. Valentine hasn't gotten the recognition that they deserve yet, and I don't think Redwood has gotten the recognition they deserve for their ability to blend yet. Going carnivore today. Why? Because why not? Any tips? Meat, eggs, and cheese, dude. I drank coffee. I don't give a shit. Listen. If I'm doing carnivore, I'm just going to do it how it's going to work for me. And you can call it carnivore, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Carnivore Nazis don't do it the way I did it. I drank coffee. I just drink coffee black. I drank whiskey. I ate a lot of eggs because I really like eggs. I did consume dairy in the form of cheese. And I ate meat. I ate red meat. I ate chicken. I ate pork. I ate shrimp. I don't give a shit, dude. If it was a protein, and I ate it. Make it easy on yourself, dude. Shit, Woodinville won an award, price will go up. So here's the deal. It's moment of truth for Woodinville right now. I swear to God, if Woodinville ups their prices, I'm going to jump ship a little bit. Their whiskey's still good. But listen, it was already good. The award didn't make the whiskey better or worse, right? So if Woodinville now ups their prices because they won an award, it's going to be a bummer. Because one of the cool things to watch craft distilleries do is make good whiskey and then not overprice the shit out of it. Rabbit Hole. Oh shit, But listen, we haven't even bought the heirloom, whatever the blue label is, because it's like $80. What are you doing? You're a craft distillery. Peerless is another one. You're a craft distillery. It's $120 for your rye for 2 years when it came out. Willet's knocking out 4-year ryes for 50 to 70. 70 was secondary on a Willet 4-year rye. In that stuff, shit stomps Peerless. It's not even a comparison. Those aren't even the same universe, dude. Willet's the Milky Way, and Peerless is some other bullshit that we haven't even seen yet. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me smell. Let me drink this. I see Redwood Empire as the new High West. I think that Redwood is doing a better job blending than High West. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing that out there. First drink of whiskey for the day. It's a little... Definitely first drink of whiskey for the day. Should have drank the whiskeys before that. I paid $79 for all our rabbit holes. Yeah, us too. And I regret every one of them. All three of them. I think their rye is not good at all. Oh, you know who else I really think is doing a good job is Pinhook. I really like Pinhook. Pinhook Ryes are fantastic. They're sourcing. Pinhook War, I like. They're doing their vertical. But I think they're, I mind you, like Redwood sourcing too. Redwood blending. Blending's such a skill. I respect blending so much. If you can blend well, I'm in. I'm on your team. I'm on your side. Run for president. Let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? Woodinville's deal, they want to stay affordable. I love their price. Barrel strength, $70. That's taxes included. Barrel strength for $70. I don't have any problem. Listen, Old Forester's new store pick barrel strength is like around that price. And you know what? I'll be happy to pay it. Elijah Craig barrel proof at like the 60 to 70 range. Great whiskey. Stag Junior, I'd pay 70 all damn day. So that's, I just have a lot of respect for somebody. Woodinville is doing this differently. Woodinville does a really good job at distilling good products, right? It's nice that they're affordable. Redwood, I have no idea if they're doing a good job distilling. I have not a clue. Redwood's doing an incredible job blending. Redwood's blending their asses off, and dude, Redwood is like High West hold my beer type shit right now. Justin over at Valentine is so damn good at blending, and he's so good at working with the products that he has available to him. They do a Blue Label series, which is single barrels. Then they do they're single barrel MGPs. Sorry. And then they do a Black Label that's a blend of MGPs. Justin does those as passion projects, and he picks barrels and then blends them together, and those things are fantastic. Their Red Label at 4 years old is fantastic. We've had the rye at barrel strength, and it's amazing. Their rye at barrel strength, it's so good. Yeah, I don't know. Justin is doing a really good job distilling and is a really good blender. Their distribution footprint needs to expand at some point when they can do that. But when their distribution footprint expands, I hope they're already doing well. I don't know. We enjoy them a lot, but those are the three. Pinhook, the guy was a successful wine human being. And I know that the one statement he made that I don't agree with is him saying, like, listen, in wine, you want the grapes to shine through. Like, you want the grape to be a noticeable aspect of the wine, of a good wine. With whiskey, why isn't the grain shining through? It's like, because nobody wants corn sweetness in bourbon. You want the barrel. Like, there's a big difference between wine and bourbon when it comes to how much you want barrel to impart, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole thing. But the thing that Pinhook does a really good job of is balancing. Their whiskeys are very, very well balanced, very well put together in that way. I think Pinhook's rye, now mind you, they're sourcing, but Pinhook's rye, I love them, and they're very affordable. Okay, this is starting to smell better. I'm still on the first one. This is a disaster. Best source MGP is Smoke Wagon, not even close. I don't agree, but they are doing a good job. Boone County's sourced MGP is among the best MGPs I've ever had, over and over consistently. But they're gone. They're done doing that. So, I don't know. We did a blind that's not on video, but we did a blind with a bunch of people, like 8 people one night. And we did Boone County MGP, like the older, like a store pick style, but it's from the distillery. We did a Smoke Wagon Red Label, which was basically a store pick. We did a Valentine, a Pingree, and then we did Blanc. I think it was Blanc. Boone County won, Valentine came second. Smoke Wagon came last for all of us, I think. Well, like overall in points. And listen, Desert Jewel's amazing. Desert, if you find yourself one of these, uncut and filtered, so good too. If you find yourself one of these Desert Jewels with the blue wax, and it is under like $120, buy it. It's supposed to be like 80 to 100 range, but the other thing about Smoke Wagon is, the thing Smoke Wagon has going for them that all these other, not all, but a lot of these other distilleries sourcing MGP and selling it is, I wish I could remember his name. The guy that runs Smoke Wagon, if you aren't following Smoke Wagon on Instagram, you're wrong. You're just screwing up, because the guy that runs Smoke Wagon, he'll show him doing taste, him like post blend. So He'd be like, I did this blend today. It sat for this amount of time. He'll taste it. He'll pick it apart, tell you what he doesn't like, what he does like. That guy is awesome. If you don't follow him on Instagram, he's showing you like a behind the scenes from like a craft distillery's aspect, like he's pulling back the curtain on craft distilling that sourced, and it's fantastic. His videos are great. Let's see what we got here. Found a barterhouse for 200. I would pull the trigger because I just killed mine. If I saw it for 200, I'd probably pull the trigger. I'd have a hard time not. I love that bottle. It was good. Okay. It's like oaky, and the finish is kind of like it's not sour. I'd say like astringent, like raw, more like a raw oak or a dry oak. It's good up front. It's not real fruity or anything like that. What is it? It's just kind of, it's just good. It's just fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's super easy to drink. That's for damn sure. Is the proof on all these the same? It's probably not a good idea to grab that by the cork. 91, 90, 92, probably 90. Damn, these are all within, what, 2 proof of each other? Okay. It's good. It's caramel up front, a little bit of oak. The rye is drastically undersold on it. Like, I don't know if it's a really high bourbon blend or something, but the rye doesn't really exist until it like transitions from the palate to the finish. You know, that's good. That's good whiskey. Especially if that's like now this is the thing. If that's Boureye from High West, that's a problem because it's not $80. If it's one of these redwoods for $30, it's fantastic. So the price range is very important to that whiskey. Right, Rebecca Page, if I have $200, I'm going to buy at least 3 bottles. Yeah, sure. Here's the thing. There are different perspectives and different like part to this journey, right? So almost every one of these store picks to my left is mine. Like, not Sean and I split them. Like, all the store picks, I think all of them, they might all be mine. I don't know. It was very close. And there's 50 some store picks, right? Sean and I have a culmination of whiskeys in all over the hut, right? It's to the point now that we have plenty to drink here. So it's not about a consumption thing at this point. It's about, damn, I wish I could relive that bottle that they don't make anymore that I can never find again. Like, I just finished, that barter house that I finished the other night was my 3rd barter house since they released it. I never paid over, I think, $120 or $130 for one. I loved every one of them. I got 1 for $100 and I think 2 for $120 each. So Sean also has had 1 or 2 bottles at home. It's just something we really like, but they'd stopped making it. They made like 2 batches. It went out twice. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 batches, but went out 2 batches, 20-year-old whiskey. It's fantastic whiskey. I think it was one of the better aged 20-year-olds. It was proofed down, and I don't know if it was proofed down for their sake, for value sake, for them. They need to make more of it because it's 20 years old, or if it was proofed down because it was so damn over oaked at a higher proof. I don't know. I think it turned out great. So at this point, if I see a bottle like that, and I'm like, $200, buying 3 bottles doesn't necessarily intrigue me because I have store picks in the Old Forester, the Whiskey Row line. Like, you can always buy these bottles all the time, right? So sometimes, for me, in my opinion, in my place in the journey, or whatever you want to call the nonsense, is sometimes I pull the trigger on more expensive bottles because of that. Because I can always come home and drink, like, we get Buffalo Trace store picks and Old Forester store picks a lot, and Russell's picks. So I can always come home and drink those. And I can buy 3 or 4 of those for $200, right? Or hell, how many Buffalo Trace bottles can you buy for $200? A lot. 6, 6.5, 7. I can buy 6 or 7 Buffalo Trace Reds, but I got like 10 of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, I don't have any barter house, you know? Jeffrey Wack. Boone County still has MGP. Their old Seagram's barrels are done aside, but they have younger MGPs. Yeah, I know. But not the same. MGPs, or Boone County's like honey barrels are gone, unfortunately. Oh, this nose is fantastic. This is way richer. Red fruits. 15-year Knob Creek picks are too amazing, won't be around for long. Dude, they've been around for like 2-3 years, which is wild. It's wild that those things are still out there. All our state stores closed and no ordering online. Wish I could buy anything. Damn. GDM FOMO is real. FOMO has spent or cost us a lot of money. There's a lot of whiskey over there I don't want to drink. But it's part of it. Listen, the thing with FOMO is, dude, this is not a healthy conversation. I don't have a healthy train of thought when it comes to FOMO. The issue with FOMO is, if you miss it, which you probably won't, but if you do miss it, like if you could spend $200 on it, or you could miss it, there's a good chance that the whiskey's not worth $200. It happens a lot. But this is why FOMO exists, because what if it was worth it? What if that was the best $200 bottle of whiskey on the planet that you've ever had for you? This is why these decisions are made for me in my own head by myself. Shit. Okay, this smells fantastic. I don't know. I love it. Orphan Barrel for 300. Which one? It better be Lost Profit immediately. Lost Profit. I pulled that trigger so fast. Lost Profit. Oh, Lost Profit is so good. Lost Profit is the best of the whole Orphan Barrel series, bar none. Rhetoric 20 and 22. Sean and I both really like. In Barton House, we both really like. For probably not those for 300, but I missed the giveaway board. But if you kept it, these episodes would be 4 hours with the amount of followers now. Yeah. So I posted a poll a little while back. What's going on, Mark Biberson? I posted a poll on our community tab about replacing the thing. And so now, next, as long as everything works out and Clyde and I can stream Tuesday, we're doing giveaways, sample giveaways on Tuesday, and they'll be big boy sample giveaways. There'll be 2 ounces of like allocated bottles. I don't know, maybe we'll do like 5 giveaways or something. We'll see. But Tuesday's gonna be like awesome giveaways, good bottles, stuff people are gonna want. Now, the problem, like you just said, it became a distraction and it took a lot away from Sean and I actually discussing whatever the hell we were talking about. I know we get off topic, but when we get off topic, there's still something that we're talking about or something we're talking about with you guys. So the issue becomes with the Plinko board or without the Plinko board, with the wheel, there's so much time that like that was taking away so much from the live streams. It was like, it ended up being 70% said either get rid of it or change it or don't have it anymore. No, it was more than that. It was 80% said don't have it anymore, change it, or switch. And then like, I don't know, 13% said keep it or something like that. So that's why it's not there. Okay, this smells fantastic. Butter. Syrup, maybe like some strawberries dabbled in there, dude. There's way drier, that's way drier on the back. It's super drier. That makes sense. I've had enough whiskey to say super drier. That is not the case. So, man, up front, it is fantastic. Up front, it's creme brulee with caramel and vanilla. There's not a lot of fruit, though. It turns into like a drying oak with a little bit of like, it's not a baking spice. Maybe, I don't know if that's cinnamon. Maybe a little cinnamon on the back end. That's good. They believe this is better than that. Ryan Elvis, what's going on, dude? Okay. We're on to number 3. It has probably been 7 hours, and we're on to number 3. This has to be this. Man, maybe not. It's got like a dilly rhino. I missed the wheel. fucking Sean and his inability to not break it. The wheel was so great. Here's the problem. A lot of the stuff, I came up with a bunch of ideas. The issue is none of it's scalable. So it was a lot. It was so much fun and people really enjoyed it. But it was like easy at 100 people. And it was super easy at 50 people. So was chat, right? It becomes a thing where chat's really easy to keep up with by myself at 50 people, or even maybe like 80 people. And then we have these live streams, which have drastically, I mean, hell, right now there's 180 some people in here. This alone, if Sean and I were here and this is a Tuesday night and we're doing the board or the wheel, it takes so much time and it's so hard to keep up with. And then if the channel grows and we have like a 300 person stream, it's a nightmare to keep up with. And it takes 20 minutes out of a stream just to do that. So that's why we switched it. But we still want to do something for Super Chats, which is why we're doing sample giveaways. Last week we didn't because Klein was here. But next week, this upcoming Tuesday, we're doing hitter giveaways, dude. I don't give a shit. These are 2-ounce samples instead of ones. They're better bottles, they're allocated bottles, stuff like that. So I have the 24. It didn't seem oaky to me. Nick, are you talking about Rhetoric? Rhetoric 24 is not oaky? I could be wrong. I think you're misplacing a different characteristic with oak. Because Rhetoric 24 is oaky for sure. Rhetoric 24 is one of my least favorite of the group. I think that 25, we only had like a neck pour of it, but the 25 I liked a little more than 24, but I thought 24 and 25 were the weakest of that group. 21 had a weird funk to it, dude. Hit that like button. If you're in here, hit the like button. It helps our channel grow and it helps more people find our channel. It helps our community grow. Check out the Facebook group. It's not the business page. It's a group. It's a private group. Answer the questions. See the Witherspoon back there? Heard you say it was sourced, but I have seen the facilities. All for show. No, Doug. So most people who source also distill. That's the thing. A lot of people who source also distill, but they source until their distillate is old enough for them to bottle and people to buy it. So, for example, this Witherspoon says it was produced by Witherspoon. It doesn't say it was distilled by Witherspoon. So, and they're actually supposed to put on there that it was where it was distilled, but they didn't do that. So, yeah, I'm not saying I'm sure they make their own distillate. Most people do. Boone County, High West, all these people who source to cover overhead up front, they bought a bunch of MGP or Alberta or Dickel or wherever these different distilleries are. They just buy barrels up front. If they're not, especially if they're not making clear spirits, I don't know if Witherspoon makes clear spirits or not, but if they're not making vodka or gin, something that they don't have to age, then they don't have a way to cover the overhead on the distillery or the still or the grains or, dude, you gotta wait. Now Texas, you don't have to wait as long, but you're still talking 2 years with no product, basically. That's a big upfront to buy all that stuff. Stills are not cheap. So to buy all that stuff up front, have overhead, have rent, have whatever it is, and then make not only have $0 income, but just put money out constantly. So that's why people source. So Witherspoon is known apparently as being sourced. They probably make their own stuff too. All right, dude. This one has dill. Oh, it's good though. It is a dill. Dude, it's so soft on the palate. That's different. Oh my gosh, I'm a fan. That's very different because the finish is fine at the very end. I would say the late finish is meh, but doesn't sit around that long. They're all 90 proof, you get it. The up front, dude, it lays on your tongue and just, you ever, this is a terrible analogy. You ever heard or seen self-leveling epoxy or self-leveling like paint or stain or some shit? Something that self-levels, that's a fluid, is what I'm trying to get out. Self-leveling is what this feels like. When you watch something self-level, it just kind of waves itself out and then it sits and it's probably level-ish. This stuff on your tongue is like self-leveling epoxy in the best way possible. Oh my gosh. That's good. Up front, it's way more rye heavy. This is by far the most rye of the three so far. Dude, it's just sweet rye. It reminds me of a low proof Willet or a little bit spicier Old Forester rye, because it's nice and soft and it's pretty sweet. It's very oily and very like coating. Oh, shit. That's fantastic. Finish isn't as good as this one. Everything else I do enjoy a lot. That's good. Oh my God. Oh, nose-wise, it's not even close. Okay. Nose-wise, it's not even close. I'm telling you right now. Dan, which 2020 bourbon release are you looking forward to the most? I need to look that up again. Sir Buckwash. I don't know. I saw like a picture. You know what I would love to get our hands on this year? We've never done it. It's never happened. Mind you, I think the last time the channel had 150 Instagram followers and 3 subs. But I would love, if anybody can help us, get our hands on a Russell's Reserve 2020. Like the Russell's Reserve, like the one. That would be incredible. We've had the 98, we've had the 2002. And they're so cool and I love them so much. If anybody can help us, there's one coming out, I believe this year, is bottled in 2020. I believe it's coming out this year. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most right now. And then Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2020 is probably the next. I'd have to go through the sheet though, because I don't know. The last time I looked, there wasn't like a bunch of stuff. I'm looking forward to the new Kentucky Owl Batch Rye, the 4, the final batch, I think is what they're calling it. Final batch, last batch, something like that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to spending $200 on it, but I'm looking forward to drinking it. We'll buy one at some point if we can find one, probably, especially with it being the last one. But yeah, I would say right now it's that new Russell's. Okay. Weller single barrel. If you're a patron, I'm not even on this one. I'm on this one. If you're a patron, I was like, why doesn't that smell as good? Oh my gosh, dude. This is just heaven and happiness, man. The Russell's Reserve 2003 releases a 16-year cask strength, and it's 88.9 proof. Is it really? It's like the Wild Turkey 17 then. It's a barrel proof, but it's hyper low. That's wild. The Wild Turkey 17, if you guys haven't had it from the Master's Keep, it's like 85 proof. And it's barrel proof, but it's filtered. So chill filtration will take like a couple proof, basically, like a little bit of alcohol off of it. So other than that though, they didn't add any water to the Wild Turkey Master's Keep 17. And it's like cherry pie, dude. It's like cherry cobbler with crumbs on top and everything. But that Wild Turkey 17 is really good. I like the fact, listen, there's a very big difference. And I don't know if people think about it. There's a huge difference between barrel proof and high proofs with water in them. So 1792, for example, is 125 because it's full proof, and that's what proof it enters the barrel at, right? Full proof means it enters the barrel at the proof, whatever proof the bottle. So 125 is full proof for 1792. So full proof 1792, 125 proof. It's not barrel proof because they put water in it to level it out. That's why all of them are 125 proof, right? They're not pulling every barrel, and every barrel happens to be 125. But Wild Turkey 17 is like 85, 86, I don't know, some shit like that proof, but it's barrel proof outside of the filtration. So it's a very different thing. Water changes shit. Like it just changes things. And when you don't put water in it, it's a different experience. And I think depending on, I mean, listen, not everything needs to be 150 proof. I'm not that kind of person, but I think it's so interesting when something's a low proof, usually it means it was aged in a really high humidity place. Like that's what happened with the 17, where a lot of water can get into the barrel. And so that's super interesting. I didn't know that. Now I'm even more excited. Dan, they absolutely love Weller Antique. Send him all the antique you can. Don't do that. Sean will be ecstatic, but don't do that. Their entry was 107. They must have aged it where, I wonder if they aged it where they aged the 17. They aged it somewhere, by a river, in a river. Did they age it in the river? This is all caramel and sweet. Eddie Russell says it reminds him of Wild Turkey Cheesy Gold Foil. Damn, that's wild. I'm excited for that. They don't come to Michigan, so. It's almost like, oh, it's so sweet. It's super sweet. It's like almost cocktail sweet. It reminds me of simple syrup, is what it reminds me of. It's a little thick. It's like more viscous than some of these other ones. The barrel proof single barrel old Scott I have is 89.2. Yeah. It's just a different thing. There, a lot of the Bell Mead single barrel white label that I have that's MGP is like 102 proof, and it's fantastic. I love low proof barrel proofs. So like, you find a barrel proof between 100, 105, and like 115, dude, what a good range to have a barrel proof. And I think that's why a lot of the people love MGP stuff so much. A lot of MGP stuff is low proof. A lot of it's like 113 proof or 112 proof or 108 proof. Like, MGP wasn't a drastically high proof thing. Oh man, it's so sweet. And then there's a tiny bit of rye spice at the back. That one's like, that one has probably the best finish on the whole situation. I'd say that one has the best finish right now. That's good. The one thing about Boureye is they all finish. It's not astringent, but they all finish like a little dry. And I think it's the rye that comes across in them. I like how this Redwood says aged at least 2 years on the back of it. This one does, which means there's 2-year whiskey in here. Because if there's 2 year, they have to put on there. Select lots of 11, 5, and 4-year-old bourbon blend with 3 and 2-year-old rye. That's why you can get away with really young whiskey. Dude, rye is not, it's not as fickle of a lover as bourbon is when it comes to aging. Just opened my bottle of Pinhook's Rye. It has a basil herb note, very different. What color crayon is it? Listen, I don't know much about Pinhook's except the colors. So, the blue, like the teals are store pick ryes, cast strengths. The pink is cast strength rye. The bright green is fantastic. I love that one. I almost get watermelon on this. That's like a fake watermelon, like a watermelon starburst. Dude, it's super. If you've had whiskey that you wanted to call smooth, that would be it. Very easy to drink. Super chill. Real sweet up front. Like no burn or anything like that on it. Any chance we bring back Super Chat Showdown as an end of show raffle? Yep. As in addition to substitution of samples. Yep. As a 2-time champ, I'd love to have another. Yep. That's the idea. The idea is at some point, like the giveaways at the end include other things other than samples. We knew that Sean was going to be gone, so we cut everything else out for right now. But yeah, so at the end, instead of it being just 3 samples, it might be 4 people, 3 samples, and then one person gets to pick a Super Chat Showdown or something like that. We still have one that Fred Gilbert wanted to do, but has become extremely difficult to try to schedule because of the way he wanted to do it. Might have to reach back out to him and just have him pick a bottle, and then we can do the Super Chat Showdown when Sean gets back. But yeah, that is one of the things, was bring back some of the things on the wheel, but at the end, somebody can win one of those things. So, win. Ride On is their newest release, sourced from Castle and Key. Their first whiskey they have distilled. The color of the bottle is green. I have a non-Castle. I have an MGP green. How is the Castle and Key one? That's super. I'm very interested to see how that turns out. Because I don't know. I obviously have not had Castle and Key whiskey. So, what? Oh, Sean just texted me and said our email got somewhere, and now we have a bunch of spam. Cool. Let's see. Okay. Now I gotta place these. Holy shit, yeah, it did. Motherfucker. How did Google not catch those? Come on. Okay, so for the few people who have asked, if you're in here or if you watch this, one of the things, especially if you watch it this deep, one of the things people ask for is merch. The only ways we do merch right now, because I have a job and I handle, geez, oh Pete, I handle most of that stuff. But the way that we handle that right now is through pre-sales and pre-orders, because then I can set aside an allotted amount of time to fulfill, whether it's put in all the orders for the glass. We don't have a site. The reason we don't have a site is because I don't want to pay the overhead on the site, even though it's not that high. So at some point we will have a site. But the idea was like, well, what if we don't sell $30 a month in like shirts and glasses and stuff? Then we're just wasting money, right? So unfortunately right now it's very manual, which means instead of doing what we should be doing, which is have a site and have shirts up there and have those fulfilled, have glasses up there and have those fulfilled and stuff like that, we don't. At some point we will. If you're asking for merch, we do pre-sales in the Facebook group and on Patreon. Those two places always get the pre-sales for everything we do. There are some coming up. We have some new glassware coming out, so. Okay, let's rank these. Rank these bad boys. What's interesting is I thought the Wild Turkey Forgiven would be the one that stuck out. And I don't know if it is. Dude, I just got cinnamon brown sugar toast on that, and it was amazing. Like crunchy toast, dude. It's somehow crispy. You know what I'm saying? Whew. What was your favorite? What was your first bottle of bourbon? No idea. Probably Gentleman Jack. I was a fan of Gentleman Jack for a minute. A hot minute. And I think it was like 40 bucks a bottle. Holy shit. Dude, that just... Sean and I should buy our favorite, Sean and I should buy our first 4 favorite bottles of whiskey. He gets 2 and I get 2 or something like that. Gentleman Jack would be one of them for me. Double Oak would be in there. Woodford Double Oak would be in there. And then we should do like a whiskey war and see which one wins. Or like a BJ battle. That's a good idea. I like that idea a lot. Maybe we should do that. Gentleman Jack was one of them. What else was in there? I have to go back. E.H. Taylor Small Batch was in there because I used to be able to buy it all the time. And that was around like 38 bucks or something like that. Somebody recommended that to me once. Wild Turkey 8-Year 101. The first time, Jimmy Munt, don't worry, buddy. It was just random. Nobody knew I was doing it. I didn't know I was doing it until 15 minutes before I did it. So what bottle hooked you? What hooked me was Colonel Taylor Small Batch and Woodford Double Oak. And then Elmer T. Lee. Those were the 3. Rock Hill Farms became the first fancy / expensive bottle that I bought that I really loved. And that was $60 at the time. So it's funny because it's all Buffalo Trace products. And now I have problems with Buffalo Trace and Sazerac and how the hell they think they're, like how they're running shit right now. It's driving me crazy, but can't fix it. So we just kind of hold on and buy Rock Hill when we see it. None of that shit comes up here. I'd have to go through. Dude, Sean and I should do like a nostalgia whiskey war. I really like that idea a lot. That would be fun. That would be fun as shit. TJ Arnold, listen, here's the thing. Elmer T. Lee is a gateway bourbon. I call Elmer T. Lee a gateway bourbon because it's super chill. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And it was $38. So the problem is now with it is there's so much hype around it. And there's so much bullshit around it, and pricing isn't. One sold yesterday for like $190 on secondary. Every video we just did on how much shit costs on secondary, everything went up. Everything. Rock Hill Farm just cleared for like $220 a bottle on second. It sold $220. So, like all of those numbers, I'm like, what am I would like to go back in those videos now and tell Sean the new numbers because he doesn't know any of them because he doesn't see any of it. I wish I could go back and tell Sean all the new numbers because he would probably just be dead instead of being in Jamaica. Bottle that converted me to love bourbon over scotch was the last, over scotch. I was like, your first whiskey that you loved was Hazmat George C. Stagg, but that makes sense. I have about 2 ounces left. Elmer Tea, this sucks. There's probably, I'd say a good 4 ounces in that bottle. And there's one sexy, sealed up, hidden bottle inside my house that I will open when that one's gone and nurse the shit out of it. So, Elmer's my favorite. I have this, Elmer's a nostalgia whiskey though for me. Bill Sloan said, are you having a stroke and spitting out random numbers? Those can't be real. Swear to God. Swear to God. Dude, somebody just sold, like, Stag Jr. went up, Rock Hill went up, Elmer went up. What else went up that I just saw? I think Michter's 10 went up. What the hell did I see that I was like, that can't... Oh, somebody was selling Mayor Pingree. Oh, I forgot. It didn't fill though. It didn't. I should say it didn't fill. Bellmead Honey was going for $650, $685. I think almost. I don't know if one sold at $700, but people were listing at $700. I think somebody listed for like $780 at one point. I don't think it sold, but Mayor Pingree's Valentine picks. Somebody put 3 of them up for $700 for 3, and those. We're going for $150 a piece on secondary before this. Jimmy Munt, cheers everyone. 3 deep already. Thanks, buddy. Cheers, buddy. The only Eagle Rare I can find in Louisville, KY liquor store, are selling for $7. That's not worth it. Don't buy any of those for $70. Eagle Rare, Sazerac, Weller Special Reserve for $70 each is a no-no for me. Eagle Rare's at the gas station down the road that's still open. Like at a little hometown. Listen, we live in a place with, our city has, I think 50,000 people. I live in between 2 cities. There's one that way and there's one that way. The one that way has 50,000 and the one that way has like 30,000, right? We live dead in the middle. Those cities are 25 minutes apart, half an hour apart, something like that. We live dead in the middle of those 2 cities. There's a gas station by me, 4 minutes down the road from here. They have Eagle Rare all day, $31.99 every day of the week, all the time. But then in the city with 50,000 people, the actual liquor stores who has Opperman's, who have an awesome selection at Cork&Ale, he can't keep Eagle Rare on the shelf there. And then 4 miles down the road from me, it's not a mom and, it's bigger than a mom and pop, but it's smaller. It's not a liquor store. It's a convenience store. Eagle Rare all damn day. Okay, we're going nose. Anybody wants a special reserve, go to Ohio. Yeah, Sean got one for $18 before the price range in Kentucky at Total Wine or something. Oh, the nose on this one has gotten fan-freaking-tastic. Nose on this one's the worst. All right, I'm going to taste them one more time. I'm going to rank them. Let's do the damn thing. I stopped counting. Do you think the pandemic will change the price of whiskey? I haven't thought about that. I don't know. Listen, I think people willing to pay secondary, I think this would be a bad time to buy in secondary if you were going to resell. Let's put it that way. Everything's as high as I've ever seen it. So there would be no point in buying for resale unless you found a good deal. But buying for drinking, I think most of the people who shop on secondary already have a lot of whiskey. So I don't think a lot of those people are going to go on there to buy whiskey to drink because of the pandemic. So I don't necessarily think that the thing going on in the world right now is what's raising prices. But it could be. I mean, who knows, man? People get wild. People get crazy. I think it's a big deal. And I think it's very serious and important. I don't have the mindset of it's not a big deal. I also do think people are still crazy. So, needless to say, 1. Whew. Let's see. Dude, G to the M says, poured some Wild Turkey 8-year-old Export 101. Cheers. Cheers, buddy. If I had a clean glass, I refuse to put the turkey here. I refuse to put the turkey you sent us in a non-clean glass. And I don't have a clean one to drink that with you. But at some point, I will put this 2004 Rare Breed in maybe this coffee glass and drink that with you. It was extremely cold coffee, and it wasn't supposed to be. Dan, no waterboarding alone. That could be dangerous, Emil says. You're damn right. There's no long pours into the... Klein and I were talking on the phone the other day, and I'm like, I've done that 14 times. I have held a bottle above my face for a long pour into my mouth 14 times. I I don't know the real number. And that's never happened once. I've dribbled some and spilled it maybe on my chin. Never once has that ever happened. Thoughts of Rock Hill Farms. I can't believe it's like 175. Dude, Rock Hill Farms is 100 proof, which is one of the reasons it's good. Rock Hill Farms is outside of Elmer 100. Probably realistically, don't tell on the best mash bill too. But, like, dude, it's like I was saying a little bit ago, it's $220 in secondary now. Fireballs are going for 22 a spot, which means it's 220 bucks. It's not worth it. Paid 65 last week for an Eagle Rare store pick. Don't regret it. Way better than yeah, I'd listen. There's 8 Eagle Rare store picks right there. I think Sean has 2 or 3 at home. And a lot of those were 55-ish. And a couple were 65 and a couple were 35. So I don't know. I picked up Eagle Rare store picks where I could find them for 65 and under, I would say. And I don't regret any of them. Okay, that's fine. It's good. I kind of like it. Now I'm getting an apple. That's got apple on her. I'm gonna rank these. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's just so buttery waffled, syruped with a fruit on it, dude. Jeffrey Wack, if this is the end of the world, I'm making a trek to the shed to hunker down. Shaun of the Dead style. Fair warning. Listen, I got 8 acres. We can fit a lot of people on 8 acres. Now, it's not warm in Michigan yet. Everybody brings their whiskey and maybe tents and some form of heat for yourself. And we'll just hunker it all down, dude. We'll have a good time. First person not cool, they're out. We got a group. Turn this shit into a cult. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I wish Sean was watching. He would have lost his shit. Okay. Listen, it'll all be over at some point. They'll get it under control. People will get on. We got a lot of smart people here. There's a ton of smart people in this country. There's a lot of people working really hard on fixing things and figuring it out. So there are a lot of positive things. It's just not all in the news. It'll happen. Blanton's Gold and Rock Hill Farms are practically the same. Bland's Gold, I think Rock Hill, man. I didn't even think about Bland's Gold because it's not here, but it's here this year. Here's the problem. Rock Hill Farms here is $60 retail. We're talking retail. Just fuck secondary for a second. $60 Rock Hill Farms, 100. These are retail prices in the United States of America. $60 Rock Hill Farms, $120 Bland's Gold. One of those is drastically better than the other, for anywhere near those prices. All right, who needs heat? We got whiskey to keep us warm. Paul, I got water? I mean, we got bathrooms. You know what I mean? It's just a disaster. Okay. Man, it smells better than it tastes, I'm going to be honest. It smells amazing. There's a note that's just like, it's like somebody took bourbon and somebody took rye and they put them together. And what the molecules are supposed to do, I'm going to turn it like this so you can actually see. The molecules of the bourbon and rye together go like this, right? They do this. This is what they do. Just like that, generally, in real life, probably in actual science. Sean could tell you. I would imagine they go, oh, hello. And then they meet, they mate, and they love for the rest of their life. They're like penguins, dude. They find a mate and they keep it. So, I think penguins do that. I don't know. What this feels like it did is they went, and then they went like this, and they went, tricked you, bitch. Boom. And then they did that. That's what it feels like. It feels like one of those, you know? Daniel Autry, tent fun. Ben Wells said, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Thank you to Jeffrey Wack, too. Cheers to both of you. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for being here. Ben Wells said, Colt BJ may send the wrong message. You guys want to hear a really great, it's a real quick, funny story. One of our local buddies, who we drink whiskey with, texted us last night. He's like, hey, since everybody can't get together, let's play some poker through this app. So how we're going to do it is you guys like PayPal me $10. There'll be a pool of money. We'll all play on this app, blah, 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 blah. Whoever wins, you know, you get the rest of it. So I had to go set up an account. So I set up an account. My name is the Smart BJ Bro because Sean's in Jamaica and tickets to come home are like $150. And he's like, I'll risk it all. So I wrote the Smart BJ Bro as my name. And then I used the picture of me with the pregnancy pillow that was in our Facebook group that was on our Instagram story not too long ago. And it's me, it's like somebody hugging a pregnancy pillow laying down, but it's my face photoshopped on it. I put that as my profile picture in this poker app. And I don't know his friends. So I don't know the other people we're playing poker with. And he messaged me, he goes, I don't know, they don't know who I am, right? And so he's like, I don't know if I don't think they're gonna get it. I'm like, fine with me, dude. I don't know these people. Listen, I'm having a good time. You know what? If you can't take a joke, you gotta get over yourself. How do you super chat? There's a little dollar sign next to the emoji, but I'm on a laptop. So there's a dollar sign next to the emoji, and apparently, I know this is putting a real damper on planning a meetup. Sean had a really good idea for the meetup. I need to write that down before both of us forget that. It would be in Ohio or Kentucky, one of the two. Like on the border-ish, I think. But yeah, if you click that, you can click super chat. That's how that works, I believe. Okay. Third one. 200 watching, hit that like button. Helps us grow, and we love you. Listen. The channel, can we talk about how cool the community growth has been? How cool. Hey, we hit 8,900. We're over 8,900 subs. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everybody for joining the channel. If you're not subscribed, listen, I don't know everybody else's analytics, but our analytics are like 50% of our people that watch some of our videos aren't subbed to the channel. So if 50% of those people subbed, we'd have a huge jump in numbers. Okay. This one, it was like that roasted caramel, not burnt, but like torch creme brulee situation. That's really good. I really like that. Is this a... No, do that. Okay, that's got the dill on. That tastes drastically different than it smells. My gosh, dude. This is the most caramel-forward whiskey. Watching from Toledo, Ohio. You're from Michigan, right? What area? Tri-Cities, Keith. Is Michigan this way or this way? I don't know for you. I don't even know for me. Let's pretend it's this way. I think it's this way. For you, I think this works. Ish. This little circle right here, kinda. You know what I mean? Right in this area. I think this is Lansing-ish. This is Detroit-ish. Oh, sorry, the thumb's more like that. It's kind of in there. Okay. Chris Bruchashov. Dude, oh, your last name sounds like a damn good pastry, if I'm being completely honest. I would like everybody to know it has been Carb Life 2020 since the teen. I'm going to start calling it the teen. It has been eat every carb I can find in our house. I'm out of carbs to eat, and I've eaten a lot. And I've probably put on 47 pounds since I started teening. So I can't get that cult idea out of my head now. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, Chris D'Elia isn't wrong. If you guys listen to, if you're a baby, you know, if you listen to Chris D'Elia, new Hard Rock Casino in Cincy. That's not. We're having it. It'd be at a place that would make sense if we told everybody. We just need everything to chill out. We have plans. We got some hitter plans that, like, we got like bucket list goal plans for the channel this year that are shit's lined up. You know, it's just lined up. It's just lined up. I know it's the middle of that. Oh, it's 7. Holy shit. 3 hours? Jeez, oh, please. We got plans, and as long when they get everything under control, everybody can fucking do whatever the fuck they want. Again, we're gonna do those plans. Meetup's one of them, but there's plans in the making. We don't have dates on, but we need everything to chill out and fix itself, or not fix itself, but somebody's gonna resolve it. Thank God there are people smarter than me in this world. Oh, have you guys ever thought about this? I'm not calling all of you stupid, okay? I call myself stupid. And have you guys ever thought about how fucked we would be if everybody was just as smart as like yourself, right? Like if you didn't, not like, listen, Sean's like the smartest dumb person, right? Have you, like, Sean couldn't come up with the vaccine for problems, right? I don't understand, you guys saw the molecule thing a little while ago, right? With the mating for life, the penguin thing, and the verging. Imagine if I was the one, like everybody was as smart as me when it came to like science. Just the whole human population to just be fucked. You know what I mean? Stephen Noose. Random live, yeah. Hey, Ryan Hugat. Found it. Well, my 9-year-old helped me. Dude, how funny is it? My son watches YouTube too. I gotta tell you a story about my son watching YouTube. My 9-year-old found it. LOL, love the channel. Watched my first live stream this week and it was an instant classic. Well, thanks for being here, buddy. Sean will probably be back in 4 to 5 months, I would imagine. So yeah, I appreciate. Cheers, buddy. Thank you for the live chat, the live super chat. If you guys haven't subscribed, you're missing out. Jimmy Munt said, "Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that." I'm trying to hit that fucking 10K. There's gonna be a hell of a giveaway at 250 patrons and 10K. Those are milestones, dude. I almost said landmarks. Mark Redding in the chat. What the hell's going on, dude? Listen, if anybody wants, I'm glad that Mark popped in. Okay, not everybody here. A lot of people here know I'm not a Makers fan. That's a great Makers pick. Mark has some left. If you want one, get a hold of Mark Redding. Redding Martial Arts, I believe.com. Mark, post your link to your website in here, buddy, or check him out on Instagram. But Mark, post your stuff so people can get a hold of you if they want one of these. We've had 2 of these. These are fantastic bottles of whiskey. Sean and I both really like it. 108 proof, 2 seared French Cuvée, 5 Makers 46, 3 rusted French mochas. Mark and his great buddy Larry, those guys have been super supportive of us, and the 2 coolest guys in the world. This bottle is the only Maker Select pick I've had that I actually enjoyed. There's a video coming out Thursday in which I drink this as an alternative to some other whiskeys. But pick one of these up if you can. I know Mark's got some left. He'll probably help you out getting one if you want one. They do cost some money. Okay, I've heard you say before you find some stuff in Ohio. I live in Northeast Ohio, You gotta get a hold of Jason, buddy. Get a hold of Mash and Drum. Maybe he can help you find something. I'm not sure. I don't live there, but I do know Sean has family there, and we do get Wellers from there. Antiques all the time, seemingly. So, love the channel. Got to grill and break open the bottle of Kentucky Spirits my boss bought me for being such a dick all week. Dude, that's a solid statement, buddy. I gotta build a grill. I'm not building shit, dude. I gotta piece together a grill. What the fuck? You know what happens? You watch John Wick 3 and that shit will make your testosterone go up. I watch John Wick 3, I'm like, I gotta get the guns out. It's time to start shooting shit. I gotta set up some targets. I gotta do some training, dude. I gotta go out in the yard and so much room for activities. I'm a big fan of shooting guns. It's a good time. And it smells like freedom, because gunpowder is what freedom smells like sometimes. But the thing is, dude, Ricky is not for it. Ricky is a hippie. I know she's not watching because I know where she's at. She's such a hippie. And my 5-year-old is very interested in like just the idea of it, right? Because he has every Nerf gun under the sun right now. And so he's super into it. So I'm trying to teach him to be very responsible and be very careful, and how like it's a thing that you need to take seriously and all this stuff. And so he has a BB gun and we were shooting pop cans and stuff. Dude, I tell you what, I don't know how I got on this tangent, but I was watching Jeremy Sear stuff, and he does Man Shit Mondays, or he just does these Man Shit videos, and he was doing an EDC video, and he has he has 2 really cool EDC knives in it, and I gotta buy one, dude. I want one of those knives so bad. I can't even remember what it's called. It's not called Longhorn. Benchmark. Holy shit. How did I get the Longhorn from Benchmark? Anyways, he's got a Benchmark knife, and I want one so damn bad. I don't know how the hell that went to guns, but you get the idea. Good luck finding ammo. Nick, my buddy is basically a prepper, so thank God for that, I guess. I don't know. He's got all of it. We can shoot like in our yard here. I can literally just go walk outside of my house and shoot here. Like, it's completely legal and it's perfectly fine, and there's plenty of room and there's a backstop and all that type of shit. So it all works out. Just blended EHC barrel proof and wild turkey. Not bad. Bold move, sir. Bold move. Okay. I should probably eventually rank these, huh? Or place them. Okay. That one, starting to smell worse. If you pour whiskey and let it sit out for 2 hours, come to find out it changes. Tastes fantastic though. There's a tiny, tiny grain note in there. Knives and guns go together. Linux Cat. Yeah, I agree, man. Bench. Did I say benchmark? That's not good whiskey. Benchmade. Benchmade knives. I want. Is it the Bug Out? Is that a Benchmade? I don't know. If you watch Jeremy Sears' new EDC video they just put out like a couple days ago with the best B-roll ever in it. Yeah, that the second knife, not the one with the eye hole in it. The other one. That one's a spider something, but you get the idea. Need to shoot my air, dude. I love that. I'm a 1911 fanatic. That is my choice of general fun. Aaron Croft, first time I could ever make it to a live show. You guys rock. Keep it up. Someday Sean will be back. Probably. Not. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Let me think on these for a second. Tell you which Boureye is best. Not that one. Not that one. It is not that one. This is not the best one. 1911 for life, GDM says, you want to know why? Name one other product that was created that long ago and changed that little. Good luck, dude. I'll wait. I got all night. There's just not one. There is not one because, I don't know, man. The design's great. They're heavy. I like that. I've had a lot of polymer handguns, and they're fine. They work incredibly well. There's not an actual problem with them. Obviously, everything's polymer now. I've had Smith & Wesson Shields, and I've had Glock 40s, and I have G40s, and I've had FN Tactical, the double stack 45. Those things are amazing. But there's something awesome about a 1911. My Ruger SR 1911 is my favorite weapon that I have. Charles Vaness said, oh shit, I didn't even read that. But yeah, I have a Ruger SR 1911, the full size. That's by far my favorite. I put Phoenix grips on it. Like the Ruger Phoenix is in the grip. It's like a wood grain grip. But yeah, needless to say. Thought about getting a Rock Island 1911. Dude, as a starter 1911, there's nothing wrong with it. They're very cheap. If you can, I think Springfield makes a 1911 that's pretty damn close in price. Maybe $100 difference. And the Springfield 1911s are great. Fantastic. I've had, I think, 2 Springfields. They've been great. If you can, Kimber. Someday I'll own a Kimber is what I would like to own at some point. But all right, rank these. Let's go. You know what? This one's last. I should do it this way. This one's last. That one's third. Now it's between these two. Oh, these are very different things. These are very different things. Zeb Taylor, awesome random live. Time to start on the bourbon. I might have to drink some Octomore tonight, dude. I found an you guys don't give a shit. This will be quick. I found an Octomore 7-1 at a random store during Sean's wedding weekend. Like last week. I walked in. They had an Ardbeg something with the guy holding like the sun from 2014 on the box, and then they had an Octomore 7-1. I bought both of them. The Octomore 7-1 is, oh, if you like peated whiskey, which I don't, it's amazing. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for it. One of these is overpowering comparatively. The reason 1911 continues to work is because it's so heavy. After you run out of bullets, you could just throw it at somebody and it would hurt bad. It's so heavy. I like the peated Scotch. I have an Octomore 6-1. Oh, dude, that's an old one. I hear the old ones are great, man. Supposedly the 7-1, I was talking to my buddy who's a big Octomore fan. Sean Opperman, he was drinking out of an Octomore one night on a live stream. He's drinking out of the bottle. So he's obsessed with Octomore and he drinks like Ardbeg Ugadale, Corrivecan, and then only Octomore. So he said that the 7-1, I think, was supposed to be one of the best ones they ever made, but the old Octomores are supposed to be fantastic. The new ones, I think, are a little not as great comparatively. I got the 7-1 for $160. Oh, shit, dude. The fucking live goes at 8 for the burgers. for the competition of eating the foods. My family's not home yet. I have to pee, but I'm not going to pull a Klein and go out there and just rip her with the mic on. How much is the 7-1? There's one here. It was $159.99. He only had one. Bernie T said, to save money on scotch, I just filter old bourbon through an ashtray. Dude, that is one of the greatest things. Yay! Ara Veritas has the guy with the sun. You're right, that's the one. It was the Ara Veritas or whatever, however the hell you pronounce that. It's pretty good. It's like 50% alcohol. It was drastically too expensive. It was like $150. Come to find out, it's only supposed to be like 100-ish. But it's from 2014. I've never seen one before. And Ardbeg bottles are cool as shit, so I thought, why not? Okay. It's time to rank some shit right now. 4th, 3rd. Is that the correct way for you guys? I really like that. It's well put together. There aren't any like spiky notes. It's just one very very balanced experience, which makes it fantastic. Keith Davis, watched a lot of your videos. Awesome to join you on a live stream. Thanks for being here, man. Klein. It took Klein. Klein's a mod and a personal friend. It took Klein 1 hour and 41 minutes to get in here. What are you doing with your whole life, dude? What are you doing? I decided to stream, and I post 4 minutes before I actually stream because I didn't realize anybody was leaving my house. They went to my parents' house down the road. My family goes to my parents, and I sit with a 4-minute heads up, decide to live stream, and you're not in here, dude. The hell are you doing with your life? What the hell are you doing with your life? Ardbeg Corey Becken is amazing. Amazing. It's so good. I can't. We got to get off this peated scotch. So barrel proof or high proof peated scotch. We got to get away from it because I can't afford another thing. Cigars, fantastic. Bourbon, fantastic. Bourbon and cigars, amazing. One of the greatest things on the planet. Peated scotch that's almost barrel proof or is barrel proof is, oh my gosh, so good. I got no notification or chat from, buddy, I told you, no, I didn't tell you. What I'm telling you now is, Ricky said, I'm going to go do this thing. I'm going to your parents. And I said, I'm going to put up shelves in the shed because I need to hang shelves. And then I said, I'm already out here. I might as well just live because people have been talking about more content, right? Or not asking for it, but saying like, thanks for any extra content. So here I'm doing it with 4-minute heads up, dude. Honestly, Klein equals shit, friend, ridiculous. Poor Klein. Okay. Second, first. This one's first. Let's rank them. Best Boureye out of the 4 in front of me. Last place, B. That's not good. That's not good news at all. Oh my gosh. We're going to do it in the order of glasses, order of bottles. I don't know these 3 yet. Let's put it that way. Last place, Boureye. That's interesting. The most expensive bottle. D was 3rd place for me, which was Forgiven. Wow, I really thought those, I thought this would be 2nd, was my guess, blind. Klein, no text, no nothing, dude, it was 4 minutes of me scrambling to plug in my laptop, move the light. I was telling people earlier that I literally took because I haven't cleaned shit since you've been here. It literally looked like the picture I posted from the next morning. I took my arm and just shoved everything onto the chairs over here and didn't clean anything up. I found 4 clean Glens. That's all we had left. There's 2 spittoons over there. Okay, 3rd place, Forgiven. 2nd place was Lost Monarch. And then 1st place leaves the Redwood Empire Batch 1. Redwood Empire just 1 and 2'd it. So, that's interesting. These are the only 2 I had to compare to. These were the 2 that I had to compare right here. The Lost Monarch and then the Batch 1 were the best 2 for first and second. So either way, Redwood Empire wins. Oh my gosh, GDM, I need to bounce. Thanks for the live highlight of my shitty lockdown day. You're the best. Can't wait for this virus shit to be over. Be able to send more shit. Thanks, buddy. Hey, don't ever worry about sending more shit. You're the best. I appreciate you, buddy. I hope you have a good night. Stay safe. Like a knife straight to the back, huh, Klein? Poor Klein, dude. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't text anybody. I put it in the Facebook group on Instagram. That's all I had. I was like, here's the fucking link. Here's go live in 5 minutes. And then I was like, oh shit, 5 minutes is 5 minutes, and that's not very long. Didn't get here right away. I was only half paying attention throughout. Are any of these acting like high rye bourbons? They're all distinctly not bourbon. This is the highest of ryes by far. This was the only one that I would say drinks close to a rye. The rest of these three drink drastically more like bourbons. That's the old label Redwood. If you find one, I would definitely pay up to $50 for it, needless to say. But yeah, that's I don't know. I told you guys, Redwood Empire's killing shit. Those aren't even my guesses, honestly. So the Forgiven was the Forgiven in Lost Monarch. I guessed. The Boureye and the Redwood American, the old Lost Monarch, I didn't. But yeah, needless to say. ADHD Whiskey is going live in 40 minutes from right now. I'll go live for a little longer. I just have to pee first. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I'll drink a little rare. You guys can ask questions. Put questions in the chat. Klein knows I love him, dude. Klein knows I'd never betray him. Put questions in the chat. When I come back, I'll answer them. In 40 minutes, ADHD Whiskey is going to be live, and they're going to be eating cheeseburgers. I'll be right back. I just got to pee. I will mute my mic. Some of us are gosh dang professionals here and mute our mic when we pee. So, have you had Redwood Batch 2? So which is better? Yes. 1 or 2? You know what one's the best? Hold on. Actually, I'll show you which Redwood Empire is the best, I believe. Haven't done it blind. Dude, now I'm kind of more interested to see where Son of Boureye. Now I just feel like I'm talking to myself because there's not even a camera to look at. I'm just gonna take these off the table. So now I'm kind of interested to see where, oh, I'm gonna break something. I don't usually sit here. That's not good. Okay, I'm actually kind of interested to see where Son of Boureye would have landed. Son of Boureye would have beat Forgiven based on just at least what I think it tastes like still. So we got the Batch 2, which is the old label, which they don't make anymore. They got this Batch 1 with the pig and the gold sticker. They got Redwood Empire, the new, this is the one you can find, and it's like $30 to $42. It's Batch 1. So here's the thing. Okay, this was the Batch 1. I'm gonna put the pig in it. This pig one's different. It's very different. So, it's supposed to be an anniversary bottle. I opened this with Sean right before he left for his wedding situation. So, I don't know the actual difference, but the blend, I would assume the blend is different. Yeah, ADHD Whiskey's hosting the live stream. Damn, before I found out you guys was a full-out Scotch Pete head, are you looking to do a shout-out? Wait, what? Shootout. Reading is extremely hard. Probably not. We probably won't. ADHD is doing a cheeseburger and 5 or 6 box. 5 or 6 box live? What the hell's a 5 or 6 box live? Klein's drunk as shit. With a bunch of other channels, it'll be a good time. Yeah, he's doing it at 8 o'clock. I plan on streaming for an hour. Now been 150. That 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, let's talk about the pig real quick. Listen to me right now. I get a lot of questions on should I buy X from Redwood. I don't know. Sean and I haven't made a video on them. I don't want to get up and get the Emerald Giant. Now, does Redwood make the best labels in the game? Yep. I'll ask myself questions. I don't have a problem with this. Is Redwood blending better than every other craft distillery out? Yep. As far as I know. If you can find me one, send it in, and I'll drink it and see. 5 or 6 box. You said 5 or 6 box live, dude. Your own comment says 5 or 6 box live. He meant channels. That's close. That's a hell of an autocorrect. Poor Klein, dude. Klein gets here for 3 minutes and I start giving him shit. Pipe Dream is the best with a cigar. It's by far the best of the whole bunch with a cigar. It's got the flavors that exist in Pipe Dream stand up to cigars. I do think that the flavors in these stand up with cigars as well. I just think Pipe Dream is the best for that. I think Lost Monarch is the best neat value. And then I think Emerald Giant is fantastic. So I don't think they put out a bad product at this point. I think any one of the bottles you can find from them is worth 50 and under immediately. I think the Rye is a great deal at 30. I think this is an amazing deal at 30. I think this is a good deal at 30. If you like cigars, this is good. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon live stream, Dave Ridgway said. Well, I was only going to stream for like an hour, but now it's so close to ADHD Whiskey's live stream. I don't know. I don't want to live stream for another 40 minutes. But if we got it, we got it. I'm supposed to hang shelves. I'm supposed to put together a grill. I think I said make a grill earlier. Daniel Carter said, sup, homie? What's going on, buddy? Okay, the pig one. It's batch 1, but it's got a big gold label in the front. There was one. I've only seen this once ever. There was one bottle at the place I saw it in town. It smells more herbal, more like herbal tea. With like, but it's still sweet. It's still somehow sweet. Dude, it's gotta be the best. That pig one's gotta be the best one. It's gotta be. It's gotta be the best Redwood that they've put together. Bill Sloan, gotta bounce. Thanks for the live, Dan. Everyone stay safe. Hope Sean makes it back Tuesday. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just selfishly for the channel's sake. At this point, it's his fault if he gets stuck and he's fucking me over. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to drink that. I need to let that sit for a sec. Daniel Carter, have you had Journeyman 100% weighted? Is that the 4-cross one? Or what's it called? It's a cross. Silver Cross, I think it's called. Have not. I heard that oh no, that's the 4-grain. I'm thinking of the 4-grain. I have not had the weeded either. Bill Sloan, thanks for being here, buddy. Have a good night. Why this one, that batch 2 smells more grainy. How much does pig? I found that pig for $42 and it was sitting right next to a batch 1 or 2 for $42. It's all the same price here in Michigan. Nobody knows about this stuff. Nobody in Michigan, it's all from California. So it's weird that it makes it all the way up here somehow. But yeah, the pig, it's supposed to be a 40th anniversary bottle. The weird thing is they don't have any difference between this batch 1 and this batch 1. Say the exact same things. This says select lots of 11, 5, 4-year-old bourbon blended with 2 and 3-year-old rye, ultra smooth with unrivaled complexity and character. It says the identical thing. I could read it to you again, but it says the same thing. So they both say batch 1 on them. One has a 40th anniversary sticker. The back does say different things. That's interesting. The back says, oh, they're different. This bottling of our first batch of rye and bourbon whiskeys includes select barrels of our house distilled rye. Oh, this has their distillate in it. So does this one. Okay. Cellar aged, New American oak. Oh, this one's finished. Whoa, holy shit, we're learning shit today. This says, aged in new American oak with a portion rested in wine and port barrels to create an ultra smooth American whiskey with notes of honey, vanilla, and caramel. Don't agree with the notes, but it's fantastic. This says the same thing. Okay, they say the same thing. The pig one's better, personally. Let's have some Octomore. Whatever you will have, I'll get it and drink with you. You have a lot of that. You have that many Octomores? Dan, is the RE Lost Monarch, the Redwood Empire Lost Monarch, a good buy? Anywhere under $50, Lost Monarch's fantastic. The nice thing is you won't find, I've never seen one of these marked up. I've never seen one for like 70 bucks. This is the nice part with flying under the radar. These are the under the radar whiskeys, as far as I'm concerned. DC said it's from Michigan Journeyman. Is yes, I am well aware. Oh shit! Dude, the Redwood Empire, the Haystack Needle, the double burl is really good, man. It's fantastic. It's also drastically more expensive. $130. Okay. Pig and batch 2. The pig's better on the nose. Batch 2 has like a youth note to it somewhere. My gosh, dude. Arctic Beetle, thanks for the glass. Thank you for buying it. I'm assuming you bought it. Or you're welcome for receiving the thing that you purchased, dude. I'm glad that people are enjoying glasses. It's fun to do different logos on stuff. So we're gonna have more glasses pre-sold soon. So UPS released a thing that says they're still delivering shit. So that's good news. Local store had one for $42. That's what they are here. I have a bunkered Lost Monarch. I have this one, and I'll just buy more when those are gone for $42. Roy Bragg, what's going on? Shannon Bragg and Roy Bragg up in the chat right now. Hello to both of you. Paul Adair. I like to put weird accents. I have no clue what that accent was. So now I want to go stock up on Redwood because it's all over in Columbus. I have 3 bottles already. Maybe I should stay in quarantine. Dude, if you got 3 bottles, you're good. It's not going anywhere, man. Listen, this community is a community that knows about it, right? So, hell, drink what you got. It'll be there. It's not, none of it's allocated. Wait, what? Peter Weiss said Redwood Empire whiskey at the LC. Oh, dude, that's probably I bet that's because getting it across the border is outrageous. Damn, that's expensive. $60 US. Okay. All 0.3 and many others. I like the peat, Emil says. Me too. I'm with you. I drank Ardbeg and NO with a cigar the other day, like a week or 2 ago, and it was a wild experience. It was like eating Muncho's chips. And I don't know if anybody knows what the hell those are, but I don't know if they're a Michigan thing or not. They're the saltiest chips on the planet, and they're fantastic. But the problem with the salt is it makes you want to eat more of them. And it was like, so it's to the point where if I smoke a cigar with whiskey, it's like a few puffs and then a sip and a few puffs and a sip. That Ardbeg and No, and then that cigar was like puff, sip, puff, sip, puff, sip. It was amazing. It was fantastic. All the new Redwoods are $35 in the St. Louis area. I would pay. Well, let's put it this way. If I go to Chicago at some point and I go to a Binny's and they have all 3 for $30 each, I'm buying 2 of each. I'm buying one Pipe Dream, one of these, 2 Emerald Giants, 2 Lost Monarchs. It's easier to find good cigar whiskey. Knob Creek 15 years are the best cigar whiskey on the planet. Klein, I know you know what Munchos are, dude. I don't know if Munchos are like Faygo, where it's only a Michigan thing, like Berners. Oh, they're in the South? Dude, Munchos are a hell of a drug. I swear to God they have some form of a drug inside of them. The Redwood Empires around me, $30. I have every one of them. Have all 3 of them. Here's the thing. Our community census seems to be that the Pipe Dream is that the Lost Monarch's the best. Let's put it that way. I don't know how many people smoke cigars. I think Pipe Dream with a cigar is great. But I think for $30, the pipe dream is the weakest of the three. So, okay. What are we, pig versus batch 2 here? I don't know what. I'd love to know the difference. I can't believe I just found out that these are some of it is finished in a port barrel. No wonder I love it so much. Like, of course, though. I love port finish stuff. Dude, Munchos are everywhere. Brian Parker said pipe dream is horrible. Sir, see, you're gonna have to shut her down. You have to shut her down, dude. Pipe dream's not horrible. Pipe dream's really good with a cigar. Like, really good with a cigar. Can confirm pipe dream and cigar is good. Having it now. It is. Pipe dream is. So pipe dream's their bourbon. Emerald Giant's their rye. Lost Monarchs their Boureye. But yeah, I'm telling you, it is. Pipe dream is complemented heavily by a cigar. My buddy and I did Ardbegano and Ugadale with cigars the other day. He thinks a no is better than Oogie. I don't agree with that at all. But I believe they have different places. I love the proof on Oogie. And a no is one of the briniest of the Ardbeg series I've had. Can't believe I just found out your stream. I was like, I'm going to put it in these two places, and then I'm going to start the stream, which will notify people. I'm like, Klein will find out, is kind of how I think that I assume in my brain what I think you'll know at some point soon. And yeah, I don't know. You're obviously not a very good person. We're going to go with batch 2. Poor Klein. He's barely here to defend himself. Only finish you've had is Angels? Keith Davis. Okay. You got to get into different finished whiskey than Normal Angels. Normal Angels is fine, it's not the best. Dovetail's really good. A lot of people love Joseph Magnus. I'm looking over at the wall right now. Dovetail's fantastic from barrel. And then the Angels cast strengths are really pricey, but they're really good. They're $200-ish, but they're super good. Angels Envy cast strength's amazing. The cat's been here for what, 2.5 hours? Here we are. I haven't had Munchos since dude, they're so good. Their Masters Keep, the Wild Turkey Revival is amazing. Amazing. What did I just have that I was like, shit? Oh, this is super good. It's also $103 and it's not in very many stores right now. What's your favorite finish? Angels cast strength or the Tawny Port? We need to review the Tawny Port. The Tawny Port's really good. That was this year's Cellar Collection. Joe Meg Triple Cask. I don't like it. I loved it when I opened it, and then when it changed, I just didn't like it. I don't think I like opened up cognac bourbon finish. Isaac Bowman Port Barrel is really good. It's only like $50, $40, $50. I swear to God, if I let the cat in, it's gonna be on the table. That's what's gonna happen. There's not really much breakable outside of the bottles. All right, come on. Hurry up. Hi. I know. People wanted you to be in here for some reason. Okay. It's not even cold. It's not that cold out. Like, you have all your winter fur. For you, it's like summer with your summer fur. You are so... Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go. Come on. There you go. Come on. Cookie cat. You're welcome. Cat's going back outside soon. Not really. If he would chill, he could stay in here all the time. If he would go to the bathroom in a litter box and he would chill, he could stay inside here. Can you hear him purring? You gotta be able to hear that. There's no way you can't hear that. There you go, buddy. Okay. He just likes to be loved sometimes. He's kind of like a dog. He doesn't kill anything. He doesn't kill jack shit. One time, the only thing I've seen him kill 2 things. One made me sad and one made me mad. Oh, bold move, Cotton. That was a hard stop and I'm pretty impressed. Don't step on the laptop. Do not. Okay, come over here. Come here. It is a baby panther. You guys are getting a baby panther butthole right now. Come here. Come here. Come on, thumbs and all, dude. You gotta, no. You gotta sit down. This is not how this is gonna work. It doesn't fit there at all. It's a terrible idea. Okay, so one time he killed a mouse, and I wasn't out there, but I walked into the gym, the pole barn where we used to shoot videos. I walked in there, and there was a mouse with no head on it, just a body, just a dead mouse body, a little one, probably that long. And then about 3 feet away from that was a bunch of puke. So he ate the head. He killed the mouse, ate the head, and then threw it all up. About 3 feet away from it. So there was that. And then there was one time when there were all these little baby birds in we have another outbuilding. And you could hear them chirping and like being like cute little baby birds. And he went in there and he killed one of them. And then he brought it out to me. And I know what people are going to say. He brought the baby bird out and he said, dropped it in front of me, and he just sat, he looked at me, and I was fucking pissed. Because if you're going to kill it, at least eat it, right? And I know people are like, he was presenting you with a gift. And I know, but that makes me feel sad inside my heart. Because little tiny baby birds dying and nobody eating them is a bummer. Gosh, dude. Mrs. wants to know what the 3 squat bottles on the bottom shelf behind you are. Hancock's Reserve, Peerless Small Batch, or this is the bourbon, Peerless Bourbon. Jim Beam Masters Collection. That Jim Beam Masters collection is fantastic. Mama's drinking, Slade said. Here's the deal. It was just a bummer. I vote Cookie replaces Sean. I think there are mice in the attic of the hut. I heard little footprints scattering up there the other day. I could have swore it. He wanted it mounted so he could hang his trophy on the wall. Dude, it was so sad. Fry that sumbitch. Baby birds are delicious. The blue yellow. Oh, these ones. These are, where are these from? I forgot already. Southern Bourbon Whiskey is what it's called. 13th Colony. I should probably know the shape of that state. Georgia. These are all Georgian whiskeys. Southern bourbon whiskey, Southern whiskey, which is like American whiskey, and then a rye whiskey. So, you could have eaten that bird. No, it was so small and it couldn't fly. That's why Cookie just jumped up there and ate it, or grabbed it, killed it. And that wasn't very nice, and I had to hear it die because it made a bad noise. Not a real big murder. You know, I'm not big on the murder train. So, I don't hunt. I really like meat, obviously. I understand hunting. I understand the idea of hunting for food, specifically. But, needless to say, rude as shit. Made me feel sad in my heart. Ricky looked at me and she's like, that's what cats do. I looked at Ricky and said, that doesn't make me feel any better. So, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. You have been up here. You can either sit up there or chill out. Those are your options. I love dogs so much. Bottle flip those Georgia whiskey. I don't think that's a good idea at all. That doesn't seem like a great idea. It seems like a counterintuitive idea. You know what we didn't do? This is why the cat cannot be in the sides. You know what I mean? It's got to be in the outside. Blending these bad boys together. The pig's better than batch 2. The pig's the best of the 3, I would say. Batch 1, batch 2, and the pig. Dude, that smells wild. Smells like musty green apples. Andrew Buchanan said, I have 7 dogs in my house. That's a lot. That's a lot of dogs. This is the mustiest green apples of all time. Please tell me your leg is just flying high. I hope that cat's leg is up in the air and it is in there. Oh, it's not. Okay. Never mind. Sometimes Cookie sits just backlegging the sky and just cleans. You know what I'm saying? And I was really hoping that that's what was happening, because this is your guys' fault that Cookie's on the table right now. That's a big cat, though. I mean, it's a boy cat. Cookie's a boy. My son named him because he said he looked like a chocolate cookie. So that's where he got his name from. There you go. Good. I hope Cookie's just cleaning it up, dude. No. Paul Anna said, with that bird story, we now know that Cookie's the manliest of the three. The funny thing is, Sean hunts and shit. I don't think well, but he does it. He never prepared me food from his hunt, so I don't think he's ever gotten anything. And Cookie doesn't really hunt. Like, we have other critters. So I've watched, that sounded so, I said the word critters. That's a Sean word. I've watched raccoons. I have videos on my phone of raccoons. Have you guys heard the noises that raccoons make in the wild? Dude, one day I was sitting out when we bought this house and it wasn't finished. Didn't have like siding on it, didn't have walls in it, shit like that. Had some walls, not many. So anyways, we bought this house unfinished, and then we were over here, and one night I was having a big bonfire with just a bunch of like garbage box, cardboard boxes and stuff like that, like lumber, like leftover lumber stuff. And I'm sitting out in front of it, and to my right, to my direct right, probably like 75 feet away, 100 feet away, is the pole barn that we used to shoot in. And it was summer, and I had the door wide open, which is a really big, like 2-car garage door. You can't, I know, but the issue is, sorry I misgendered your cat. I call Cookie a girl all the time because Cookie feels like a feminine name, but Cookie's a boy. So anyways, I look over, and I'm sitting there, and I'm drinking Midwinter Night's Dram. I'm sitting in a chair in front of the fire, and I look over because I hear weird-ass noises, and Cookie's on my lap, and I'm petting Cookie. And Cookie just goes like this and like looks. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I look over there, and there's a bunch of raccoons. 6 raccoons to be exact. 5 or 6 to be roughly exact. There's 5 or 6 raccoons standing in front of the door, which is where Cookie's food was at the time. Somebody's sending some freedom. I can hear the freedom from here. And I look over, I'm like, oh my gosh. They don't know I'm sitting in front of the fire. And it's late at night, so it's really dark. And I start walking over. And I swear to God, as soon as I start walking over, 3 of them who were down on all fours just go whoop, up on 2 legs and just start looking around like human beings. And it was creepy as shit. And I walk out, I'm like, hey, get out of there. And Cookie literally is sitting back at the fire. Nowhere near the cat food. Nowhere near dealing with the raccoons. Cookie's looking at me with his eyes closed. He's just chilling. The issue with the raccoon situation is the garage door shuts and the man door is open now. There's still 526. There you go. That was the leg up, but you were angled away from the camera. The raccoons are sitting. One of them runs to the door, the man door. The other 4 to 5 of them in this situation run away from me. Dude, I swear to God, the one looks at me, turns around, looks at me in the threshold of the man door, and just into the pole barn. And I'm like, damn it. Now I have to get a raccoon, a wild-ass raccoon, with 5 friends. I don't know if they care about each other or not. I don't know how raccoons handle social aspects of life. But I'm like, I gotta get this raccoon out now. So needless to say, I went in there, and then he eventually ran himself into a corner. So this is at the point we're moving, and the pole barn was where we were keeping a lot of our stuff. So we moved a bunch of our stuff from our old house when we sold our old house into the pole barn because it couldn't be in our new house yet. And it got in all the shit, all of it. And so then it's like scurrying around and shit, and eventually got back in the corner. Then as I'm trying to get it out, I walk back because I hear some weird ass noises, and I'm like, oh, Cookie must have came over. Cookie did not come over. The raccoons are out there trying to eat the rest of the cat food while I'm chasing their friend. Apparently they're not good friends. And as I walk out the door, I see 4 to 5 raccoons, and they're with their little fucking, you know those? their little thumbs and hands are eating all the cat food. Dude, I swear to God, I poked my phone out. They're making the wildest noises ever. They sound like human beings with demons inside of them. Raccoons are terrifying creatures. They're not super aggressive. The one raccoon I eventually chased out of the pole barn. But Cookie didn't want anything to do with it. Cookie, for being literally bigger than every one of those raccoons except one. And I know Cookie was outnumbered, but I'm a human being. And I'm kind of on Cookie's side. So realistically, it's like I feel like we could have taken him, and Cookie's being a bitch. So, needless to say, watch a possum eating cat food in the garage with my cat. Dude, maybe cats are friendlier than I thought they were. I thought they just killed shit. We got 12 minutes to ADHD Whiskey stream. Okay, we're going to hang out till then. We're going to hang out till ADHD Whiskey goes live. So, motherfucker, Cookie. More freedom, dude. I'm just hearing freedom all damn day over there. Nope. Okay, come here, buddy. There you go. Just stay down there. Just sit in your bed or on a chair. I know. Here's the deal. Here's the thing. What was I gonna say? There was I got a video of that one raccoon standing up on its hind legs. Oh, speaking of possums, at my old house, we lived out in the country in my old house too. I have a Cocker Spaniel, and he thinks he's a hunting dog, but we don't hunt. We bought him as a puppy when he's a little baby. And he thinks he's a hunting dog, and he just likes to chase other animals, because Cockers were apparently bred as hunting dogs. Must be an instinctual thing. Every time we let him out, he doesn't listen to shit. He just doesn't listen. Doesn't matter what you do. But what he does really dislike is a collar that beeps, that he thinks could like shock him. So we got a little beep collar on him that you can shock him if you want, but the idea is beeping him. So we let him out, and he runs around. Then when we want him to come in, we beep him, and he runs back in every time. When we lived at our old house, we had this possum that just hung around the house all the time. And possums have terrible diseases, and I'd rather my dogs not get diseases because I like them. So one time, Cookie's coming back up. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh! That was like a trick! Cookie! This is the greatest moment in channel history. People are gonna love that shit. People are gonna love it. That was the greatest timed event ever. Me and Cookie just became best friends. We don't need Sean anymore. I could never train Sean that well. Holy shit. That was the most... You know what? You can do whatever you want for the rest of the stream, Cookie. We got 5-ish minutes left. Anyways, one time, my Cocker Spaniel, I let him out the back door, and as I opened the door, he just, like a beeline. And he, full bore, he's like 35 pounds, full bore runs straight into the side of this possum and hits him at, how fast can Cocker Spaniels run? Like 20 miles an hour? Hits him maybe 20. I swear to God, this possum thought he got hit by like a vehicle. I look over and I got a flashlight. I'm like, no, Cooper, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't give a shit. Cooper's my cocker. And so I'm beeping Cooper and he won't come back. He hits this possum and now he's on the other side staring at him, growling. So I beep him and eventually he goes back in the house. I go out and I got a flashlight and I go out and this possum is just full blown playing dead. And it's obviously perfectly fine. But he's playing dead. And I'm like, what the hell? Have you ever seen a possum up close? They have armadillo tails. First off, they're like scaly armadillo tails. Second off, I didn't realize when they play dead, they're actually unconscious. Like it's just not like any moment, like they're not gonna wake up. Like if Cookie's playing dead and I do this, like Cookie's not playing dead, so Cookie responds to me annoying him. But that possum, I got a stick and I started poking it with the stick. Didn't wake up, fully expecting it to bite the stick. Come to find out, Googled it, fully unconscious animals when they play dead. Probably the dumbest instinctual thing I've ever heard of in my life. Cooper would have just tried to eat that thing, dude. All right, circus cat. Basically, yeah. I cannot believe that worked, dude. These stories are worth me being awake at 3 a.m. Cookie as well. Dude, living out in the country, there's some animal shit that happens. I'm telling you. Ryan, that's okay, buddy. Actually, listen, there are more streams. There's a stream about to happen at 8 p.m. 8 a.m. That's in 12 hours from now. 8 a.m., ADHD Whiskey's channel. We're actually going to shut her down, and hopefully you guys will all go over there and hang out. Go hang out with ADHD Whiskey. It's ADHD Whiskey, Mash and Drum, I Whiskey, She Wines, Bourbon Sane, I think Bourbon Blind. Who else is on there? Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. They're doing, possums are wild animals, by the way. They are wild. It is, Bourbon Sane just posted, he bought 12 cheeseburgers from McDonald's. So they're eating McDonald's, or they're eating cheeseburgers. They're seeing who can eat the most in 38 minutes is what's happening. Cookie will attack at any given time. Cookie does like bourbon, or does like belly rubs, bourbon belly rubs. But yeah, I didn't think I would be able to make that stream, and unfortunately I probably could have. Oh, Perry from My Bourbon Podcast is going to be there too. So that's who's all going to be there. Go hang out with them in a few minutes here. Starts at 8 o'clock. There you go. I didn't think that this would go until 8, but yeah. Matt is a great dude. Join ADHD Whiskey stream. Completely agree. Great dude. Great people. Should be a good stream. 38 minutes. Who can eat the most cheeseburgers from McDonald's or hamburgers? I don't know if they have cheese on them or not. The kicker here is they can't have water. They can only consume as a liquid whiskey to some extent. So they got 6 minutes till they start. Go jump in their chat. Go pregame with them for 5 minutes. I'm going to have it up on the TV, but probably won't be in chat. I do have to hang shelves and build a grill for the wife. So, I didn't think I was going to be able to make this stream at all, but I couldn't say yes or no, so I won't be there. But I will be watching and listening. Thank you guys for being here. This is random. I hope that it distracted everybody for a while. I know it distracted me for at least a couple hours, and that's helpful to me. So hopefully it was helpful to you as well. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Another great stream. I'll see you guys Tuesday. Me and Klein, hopefully. Plan is me and Klein, I'm going to shit on him. I am going to absolutely, limb from limb. We're talking like the gloves are off, dude. Full-blown concentration, full-blown focus. There's not a single chance in the universe that Klein wins Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's The Shine versus Shook, AKA Destruction. We're betting bottles, dude. Klein and I are betting hitter bottles. There's going to be a bunch of samples, 2-ounce samples, at least. There's going to be 4 or 5 samples, I'm assuming. We'll see what Klein brings, dude. Klein better bring his fucking A game, because if that man can't smell or taste a whiskey correctly, he's about to get shit stomped. I want you all to know this. Thank you for being here. I'm the Bourbon Junkie. Sean's stuck in Jamaica for the next 7 years. Love you very much. I hope you have a great weekend. Have a great night. Check out ADHD Whiskey stream. Go over there right now. See you guys later.